This is Devious Dave Rose, professional pariah and all around asshole. And you are tuned in to the greatest, defending, undisputed video game collector on the planet. Casey is Raw.
The following announcement has been paid for by Casey is Raw.
What up, guys? My name is Casey is Raw, and today, right now, my special guest is Brad, my best friend, and tonight is Friday is Raw, episode 40. So, what are you up to, bro?
What's up, man? What's up? CIRKC for life. That's awesome, man.
So did you enjoy that little shot at Mikhail right there?
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that he's been fired.
He's been fired. He's been cut.
Yeah, he's been cut. He's been demoted to the SmackDown brand.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, that's even too good because SmackDown could sometimes be better than Raw, but it's funny you brought up. Well, I consider it more like his new show, who's ripping off today, is right here. He's shown that this is his thumbnail. He totally.
Oh wow!
So,
Friday night NyQuil, whatever.
So he totally ripped off our Nitro artwork. Yes, granted, this was AJ's artwork, but I mean, he couldn't use a different name. He had to take the Nitro name from AJ. So
yeah, they should have went with. Let's see, Friday Night Thunder or something, or Friday Night Lightning.
it'd be like Impact because no one fucking watches that.
Impact. Or D Impact.
So before we move on, let's say hi to the people. We got Mikkel. Then we got Costanza trolling us.
Oh, what else is new?
We got Fortnite is Raw.
Fortnite is Raw.
And we got Joe Johnson.
Oh, geez. For a second, I thought that had Compton. I was like, what? Wait a second.
No. So, before we even started, we got to talk about this whole Mikkel thing, but I'm hearing things about Gable Stevenson, who was a gold medalist from the previous Olympic Games. Well, I guess did they just
Was that the
have
last
Olympic
one?
Games?
Was that the
Huh?
Olympics, the last Olympics that he won that medal in, or
Yeah,
was it the one before?
it was. Shoot, did they do a Summer Olympic this year, or
I
is it?
think. No, it's next year.
Or was
Next
it
year's the
winter?
Summer Olympics. So it would have been like 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I think it was
Shoot.
3 years ago.
It was
Then.
during. It was. Yeah, I know it was because it was during pandemic, and it was like there was like I
Yeah.
remember it was kind of crappy. Uh, so yeah, I guess it must have been through that. So he won a gold medal at the Olympics, but nobody showed up to. Okay, and uh, so he got released. Is it official though?
I have not seen it. He's um the reason he Brad brought up released is there's been reports of him being removed from the NXT roster online. But the reason I brought this up is Chael Sutton, a former UFC fighter, multi-time champion. He has his own channel, and his title says Gable Stevenson released from WWE. And I was
Hmm.
trying to look up news reports. So um, he was actually drafted to Monday Night Raw last year's draft, not this year, but
Last
the
year's
year.
draft.
Yeah. So, but
Hmm.
he never made an appearance. Then he showed up on NXT. So, but now he's been removed from the NXT's roster. So I'm
Allegedly.
looking, but
Allegedly.
I also looked up. It says wrestling news: Gable Stevenson withdrawal from 2023 World Championships. So he's. I think he's not going for the Olympic gold this year. I mean, the next coming up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I would hope not.
Well,
He's not going for the gold.
he was thinking about doing it. I guess he won, the championship back in 2020. So it's looking like something happened because I don't know. This also says that they're talking about his appearance in NXT. So right now it's just the news about him is up in the air. I mean, the guy's jacked. So
Yeah, I just looked up a picture of him. I was like, wow, this guy's. That's what I was thinking of him. I was like, maybe he tested for something that maybe he shouldn't have been using. I'm just saying that because that happens a lot,
oh
unfortunately, with these Olympic guys nowadays. But
oh,
there can only be one Kurt Angle. Sorry.
yes. But I mean, it's never a bad idea to get an Olympic wrestler, especially if he was American. It's even makes it even better, wouldn't it? But
Right.
I
Yeah, I
got.
don't know.
I was gonna say I'll definitely check this out later on Chael Sutton channel. See what he brings up because I like I said, I heard about someone being removed from the roster. Didn't think too much about it, but
Hmm.
it does shock me if he got released because he's a big get for the WWE.
Right. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if the other guys who will not be named try to make a play for him. I don't know
Uh,
if it is in fact that he got removed. If that's actually the truth. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know because
uh,
they love to do that. If he was a big get for them, he's going to be a big get for somebody else. But
well,
it depends, of course, of why he got removed.
yeah, but maybe he got moved back. I don't know much what's gone. I had not watched NXT in a while, so I don't know if he
Mhm.
was progress him enough. Maybe his promo sucks. I don't know. But there's a couple other people came in. We got BR and we got Israel Crowley. So
Easy Crowley.
so
And I see another link in there. Oh.
what?
Who else is in there? I just saw somebody else come in the chat here.
Of course AJ's promoting Mikhail. You know he's
Ignore
gonna
that. Ignore that link. That's not really Friday's Raw. That is the Chinese syndicated version. Do not watch. You're not going to be able to understand it. It's a different language.
Yeah.
Hey, we got MK3 Kratos. What's up, bro?
Nothing much. I just got here, so I don't know what the hell's the topic for tonight.
Well, I just learned about something. I'm not sure how if this is true or not. Do you know who the UFC fighter Chael Sutton is?
Nope.
Well, he's a multi-time champion, but he has a YouTube channel, and he put in his title says Gable Stevenson released from WWE, the Olympic gold medalist.
Ooh. Now I heard he was removed from the NXT roster, but that was the extent of it.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I heard someone got removed from the roster, but now but I had not seen anything else except what Chael Sutton posted. So
Interesting.
I'll definitely check it out. It's just under 9-minute video. So
Is there any reason why that this
I have no
information
idea.
has not been hit up by anyone else?
I
Good
mean,
question.
have you watched NXT in a while?
I know he got booed out the damn building against Baron Corbin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the his in-ring debut, Baron Corbin was getting more cheers than him.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
That's really not good, especially Baron Corbin hadn't been good since his NXT days. So, I mean, they did a disservice for him. But
oh yeah, definitely.
I'm just wondering, did you even watch him fight? I mean, or did he do a promo on NXT or what?
The most I've seen Gable Stevenson in was the NXT little fight club thing, like Raw Underground that they had.
Oh yeah.
And his in-ring debut at the last PLE. But that's it.
Very little. Very little from him.
Because today, honestly, I don't know how much you know about this, Kratos, but apparently we're in war against Mikhail. And it looks like maybe AJ has been defected to him. AJ said he'll be over, but I don't know. He's been wanting to put this war between me and Mikhail. And honestly, this whole thing, I don't know what happened. I've been hearing Mikhail saying that Mikhail feels like he's not wanted here. I never said that. I never pushed him out. Granted, I mean, sadly, I love Mikhail. But sadly, it sucks when you can't understand what the guy says.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the guy. He's a good guy. But and I never kicked him out. He was always welcome here. I just preferred to bring him on later on, but I'd never say, "Hey, don't come on."
Right.
But we got AJ saying hi, pretty much.
He's got Costanza says, Casey, you ate his cat at the China Walk restaurant.
Well, hold on. It's not my fault they were serving his cat. I mean, it's not.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to agree with this one from Costanza, though, saying that I do understand him better than Biden. I do agree about that.
This is also true, very true. Oh, the only thing I understand that Biden says is when he says "folks," he comes, "Folks, folks, folks." Yeah, and then he falls asleep.
I see this one, like, general guy that was on, I guess he was doing something media-wise, and he has this general right beside him. It's like, was this guy planning to run for president because he looked as old or older than Biden? So I'm like wondering if
Probably.
he's going to be the next guy running for president.
Oh God, yeah, I've seen that, man. There's politicians in the U.S. are just they're too damn old. Most of them are just way too damn old to be in.
Oh,
It's like, can we not get some younger people, please? I mean, for
yes,
the love of God, please, somebody that's not gonna keel over at any moment. You know,
oh,
jeez,
but
horrible.
I and the only reason I knew about this whole war that's been started is that
Oh,
when
war.
I saw that picture that I posted earlier about his thumbnail for the night, as he already posted it, I was like, AJ, what's this about? And he's like, he's starting this new show and he's going against you. Like, why? He's like, well, he feels like he's not wanted and everything. I was like, I never said that. But I found some couple interesting things. Like, apparently he's gonna, on his upload, says Friday Night Nitro Episode 1, The Rebirth. Let the Friday Night War begin. The rebirth.
The rebirth.
Yeah,
The
rebirth.
rebirth. The Friday Night Wars. Oh my God! You could make a DVD of this and make a fortune, Casey. The Friday Night Wars. Oh man.
And then he put at the bottom of this one says Friday night is Raw sucks. I mean, technically, we're not Friday night is Raw. We're Friday is Raw. So you gotta get it right, Mikkel. If you're gonna take a shot at me, at least make it right.
I
But
think he may have had autocorrect on.
even the autocorrect, how does that fuck up like that? I mean,
Oh, Redearth. Well, with the Redearth, I don't know about that, but the other part, I think he's right. I think he's right with the auto
sure.
Redearth. The Redearth.
But
Redearth.
you should watch the beginning of the intro for the night. I kind of took a shot at Mikkel, and I showed Brad it before. I didn't want to get leaked out to the other guys, so but I was gonna take even a bigger cheap shot, and Brad seen the pictures I was planning to use. But I felt it was a little too mean that I didn't have the heart to do it. But it was going to be mean, so I couldn't do it. Like, at least
keep it, Casey. Just keep that in your back pocket. If you need to play that card later, you can do it. You know, if this is a war, you know, there's going to be battles. So you just keep that for another battle. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to use my ace in the hole already.
That's right. Exactly. There you go. Know when to hold them. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing with Gable Stevenson kind of shocked me a little bit. But was funny, it was, I believe it was me, MK3, Kratos, the Rose, and AJ. We were talking about the whole CM Punk situation, and was funny. The very next day, he got fired from AEW. So I was
CM
shocked when
Punk.
huh?
That's CM Punk, though, right?
Yeah, CM Punk.
Yep.
So it was shocking because we were talking about it, and honestly, I thought he needed to be fired for all the shit he was doing. But I thought because how much Tony Khan loved CM Punk, I thought this one might have been his last chance. But I think it was the right move. They can't, like, it's not just the all out situation and all in now situation. There was stuff in between that CM Punk did that created a bunch of drama in the back. So, I mean, so it was
Drama
I
and
think,
CM Punk? No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You fucking kidding me? Jesus.
and now there's reports of people saying that he's heading to the WWE. Like,
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't buy that worth a shit.
what Kratos?
I don't buy that worth a shit.
You know what? I would say that right now, but apparently, I think next week is to wrap up on Endeavor merging with WWE or buying Endeavor buying WWE. So, I mean, Endeavor did have CM Punk as a UFC fighter for a couple matches, but I know Dana White was a big CM Punk guy. So
throw him into that lion's den again. Throw him into a cage and let him fight. Hey, I'm all right with that. See his ass get kicked. That'd be fine.
well, if
That'd be
he would
great.
actually win a match, it's like the concession toy can beat him in a fucking UFC fight.
I know. I mean, it'd be great. I mean, everybody would get something out of it. Dana White, if he loves him, he'll love it. And then, everybody that hates CM Punk and the drama that he represents everywhere he fucking goes would love to see him get his ass kicked. So maybe it
Even the
would be good money
UFC
for
got his
Endeavor.
ass kicked twice,
There you go.
I
and he
think
lost
Endeavor.
each time.
I just don't see it happening. I mean, to me, he's getting injury prone now. Like, yeah, he
He's
had
been injury prone. What do you mean getting injury prone? He's been injury prone.
well, he
Yeah.
broke his foot, and when he did the stage dive after he won the belt, and then right after that is like his second match
Tricep.
back. He got like his injury that took him out for 9 months.
Yeah, torn tricep.
Yeah. Oh, here's a statement.
I'm going to put.
Says Mikhail told me to tell you that at 11 p.m. the
Mountain time.
Mikhail the MWT. What the hell is MWT? By the way, Friday night Nitro will going live. Unlike the show that is a tape in advance, we are live on Mike
Michael Wrestling Talk. Okay.
No, it's Mike
MWC.
Wrestling Talk.
I think he meant
Mike
to spell
Wrestling?
Michael.
Yeah, I think he meant Mikkel, not Mike. Wrestling.
Mikhail.
Autocorrect at its finest.
Mike.
Hey, you know what?
What's MWT?
You know, I was actually thinking about joining them on Thursday and talk to them about what they think about the first football game of the year. I mean, I didn't watch it, but
yeah, that's what I think about that first football game of the year. That was I read somewhere about that football game that there was 20 million people watching that shit or something
Mhm.
like that. It was ridiculous ratings for it. But yeah, I saw it and I was like, yeah, that was a pretty pathetic season opener. But whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Here's a fact that I didn't think I'd see earlier today. The one,
What?
the wide receiver that had like 4 drops for the Chiefs that game.
yeah,
He had more
Tony.
drops in that one game than Larry Fitzgerald had in his whole career, which is 3. I'm like, are you serious? That's an actual side fact?
That poor guy. That guy's gonna get traded to McDonald's tomorrow for dropping all those.
There was already talk about Mike Evans and Buccaneers getting a call based on that stat alone.
I just find it kind of funny talking about NFL and wrestling. That we talked about this last week about with the NFL having their own wrestling belts, but that pretty much licensed by WWE. I mean, it's a third party, I guess, but this is what you gotta think.
Jacksonville Jaguars missing their belt.
Oh yeah,
WWE stuff.
but if you think about it, I mean, Vince was, he's a big football guy, but he tried to be a competitor against NFL a couple times with the XFL. So
Yeah.
And they both failed twice.
Yeah,
yeah, they
this is
did both
true.
fail twice, but the second time wasn't really their fault because it was the pandemic. But I guess
First
they
time was
lost so
their fault
much.
because he tried to convert wrestling into it in
That's the
2001.
first one.
That's what
The
I was
first
saying.
one.
Yeah. The second
But-
one was because of the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but now there's too much football. I mean, minus we always had college football, and if you go to high school football, there's always that football been there forever. But now you got the USFL and you got the XFL, and those two pretty much have their seasons side by side, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
So I saw something on Twitter earlier today. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. I'm not gonna call it X. Let's just say the heiress to the Kansas City Chiefs franchise. I'm guessing like the original owner's granddaughter or something, or great granddaughter. I don't know how old that guy is at this point now, if he's still alive. She's part of the Hunt family.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's his granddaughter. I know you're talking about.
She was actually in a photo shoot where she was wearing a very short Chiefs shirt with the Chiefs, very short red shirt with the Chiefs logo and like a bikini bottom. posing by some type of like sea on some rock.
Well, you're talking to a big Chiefs guy over there.
Casey, you really should check out that photo. I saw that photo.
Yeah, I saw it too.
And I was like,
sounds odd.
Yeah.
If I can find it, I'll send it to you on Twitter, man. I'll DM it to you.
There you go.
Casey, I think you'd like that one. But I'm afraid I just don't know if Jerry Jones has any granddaughters doing photos like that. But yeah, I was like, whoa, that's like.
I don't know. Maybe he would do that. I mean, he's a businessman. He might would.
Yeah, her name's Gracie Hunt.
What?
Sending it your way now from 19 hours ago.
Yeah.
I just sent it to
you. She's so. I think there's 2 of them. The owner of the Chiefs there's a daughter and then there's a son, and the son, he's involved in the MLS, but she's like, you can tell she's really wanting to try to inherit the team, I think. by doing a lot of these things. She's doing a lot of publicity.
Oh,
She's always doing photo shirts. Yeah, there you go.
There
Casey
you
said,
go.
"Oh,
Like, oh.
that is she's definitely representing her team right there.
Casey's
Dude, she
like, I'm
has
gonna be
some
a Chiefs
legs.
fan now."
Dude, she has some nice legs. I mean,
You got some Stacy Keebler legs, personally.
yeah, she definitely does, doesn't she? I mean, sometimes women don't need to have big tits. I mean, sometimes long legs could work great for women, so, and apparently it works very well for her. But I'm
Oh,
probably
Jesus.
twice her age, though. I'm afraid she's like 20, and like, God, it makes me feel creepy if like I'm like checking someone who might be half my age. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm
Oh,
like,
that's good.
I feel like as my time frame for, I mean, the age frame for me, if I'm gonna date, is probably like maybe the earliest, maybe 30. I mean, I don't see him picking up anyone earlier than that. So,
No, no.
uh,
Well, why not, Casey? You could go get a girl. You could be their sugar daddy.
yeah, I don't have the money to be sugar daddy at all, dude. If I can't go buy me,
Chiefs royalty, dude. There's no need to be a sugar daddy for her. There's no need for her to have a sugar daddy.
oh, that's true.
She's
That's a great
royalty.
point. That is a
You'd
great
be her.
point.
NFL
You'd be her
royalty.
sugar baby.
I guarantee you, I'm nowhere near her league. I'll be like, go up to her, and she'll probably just like, all right, I need to call my bodyguards to tackle
Or she'll be
me.
ready to call the cops at a moment's
I've got a
notice.
stalker.
Yeah, exactly. But good God, what the fuck? I think I got ants.
Ants. Oh,
Yeah,
Casey, you got stop
oh my
storing
God, I
food
do have
on the
ants.
gamer shelf.
Oh no, they're crawling in here. I was like, what the
You
fuck?
know, who else heard about this Roblox news that's been making their rounds today?
Oh my God,
Like
they're
Roblox
everywhere.
coming to PlayStation, Roblox adding in-game video calls, Roblox adding the dating feature on their app for users 17 and older. I'm like, the last one sounds slightly predatory.
Damn it.
Slightly.
Dude, they're
Casey,
I
what?
already said that on Twitter. It
everywhere.
says that one sounds potentially predatory, and I'm engaged, so I'll pass.
I might have to move into another room because
You got an infestation?
what?
You got an infestation, an ant infestation there?
Yeah,
How many are there?
that's quite a bit.
What
Ew.
color are they, Casey? What color are they, those ants?
They look black to me.
Oh, they're not red?
Okay, the red ants, you'd have a problem. Those are fire ants. You'd have a
They're,
problem with
hold on,
them.
hold on. It's not. I'm not supposed to say black. So they're African American ants. But no, I was like, God, it was like, what's on me? Because I've been rubbing my legs, and then I look down, it's like, and like they're everywhere. I'm like, I got back, and it's about the time. I think.
It's
I
either
think
your house is too warm and or too cold and they're trying to escape the heat, possibly.
it's not
Oh,
cold,
possible.
but
It's a good way to like. There was an old wives like story that I seen on Facebook. If you have baking soda, spread around some water, like a bowl of water, and let the
yeah,
ants get to it, the ants will explode around and like gather up around the water. They'll basically implode on themselves because they can't burp which is
Oh.
basically how it goes.
It seems they're surrounding me. I don't see them anywhere. It's like I'm being surrounded by ants. They're like, yeah, they're all around me, and it's like I was like, what the fuck is going on? And yeah,
Yeah, you may have an infestation at that point. If they're crawling
Yeah.
up on you right now, you definitely have an infestation.
Yeah.
You may have
Casey,
to
you
find
should.
the root of that or get an exterminator to your home.
You have to
Okay.
go through every single game, Casey, and make sure there's nothing inside each game. Maybe you got some ant hills inside of a Nintendo box or something, or
That's
you know.
possible.
uh, oh gosh, this is not the way I want this to go. I might have to go into another room for right now. It seems like they're just hanging out right around here, and I might.
Costanza mentioned something in the chat. Maybe Mikhail planted those ants.
I probably.
Uh, maybe he's trying to sabotage you.
Mhm.
Well, I'm definitely been sabotaged, but oh god, I was like, what the fuck? Yes, they're everywhere. It's like around me. I gotta move. What
Wow.
the fuck?
Casey's got ants in his pants.
Yeah. God dang it. So I'm going to go in another room, and I'll probably after this. Well, I can't. Shit. Fuck.
Make a house call to an exterminator in the morning, okay?
Well, I'm just going to get some raid and raid the bitch. Actually, I could bomb the clutch room.
Don't say that word on YouTube.
Don't say it. Yeah. Be careful
Don't say
there.
that word.
Oh my gosh. I feel like it's all over me. What the fuck?
I think I see one on your
definitely don't
face,
say that
Casey.
B word. You'll definitely have this shit taken down in the heartbeat.
What? If say the word bomb?
You said it again, people.
God.
Just
Yeah.
don't say the word school after that word either. Just don't say the word a school after that either.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm about to at the God. I
That's a mess.
might have to cut away for a while, and I might don't want to do this, but I gotta take care of this. I mean, he might have to win this battle tonight because, I mean, I need to go
endure it, Casey. Endure it, Casey. Just go in there with the
Endure it a
ants.
little bit.
Make a diplomatic treaty with them and deal with them for a little while, and then after the show's over, then go to war with them too.
Well, I know.
But don't you can't let Mikhail win. You can't.
Yep.
Well, see, the thing is, I definitely gotta do something because apparently there. A lot of times,
Just step away for a few minutes and get it cleaned up. Just step away for a few minutes and get it cleaned up. You don't have to end the stream. Just step away for a few minutes and get it cleaned up.
How am I supposed to clean it though? Like
you said, you had raid, right?
No, I said I would have to get raid.
You have to buy it.
You did get some raid, huh? Do you have any hairspray? Never mind. You don't. Because I know I've heard of that. I've heard that that's like another good substitute is use hairspray on them, or if you have spray deodorant or anything like that. Do you have any like the cleaning, like hard cleaning chemicals in the house?
Oh, Costanza. He might bring a good point, though. I mean, I am known for lying too, so.
Maybe what it is actually, guys, is that it's not ants. He's not scared of anything. He saw that photo of the Chiefs owner's daughter, and now he's like, I need to get off the air right now.
No.
Gotta go choke
I guess I see like some naked pictures or some set scenes, and that's one thing. But god damn, I was like I was rubbing myself. I was like, what the hell's going on? Like rubbing my legs. I was like, okay, maybe a bug got on me. But then I was like, look down, like it's everywhere. Like fuck, it
Hope
does
it's
this.
not. Hope that gamer was not as bad as that Roblox streamer that had the absolute train wreck of a room. You saw that?
No,
This guy claimed that like he did a video, a TikTok video of him trying to attempt to clean his room, and
Oh,
then he did it. Then right as he's ending the TikTok video, he said, "I'm tired," and like essentially nothing was clean about it.
oh, I
People
seen
were
one
calling
thing
this guy
where
a slob and everything, and he said this video was taken out of context. I'm like, you're the dummy who posted it.
well, let's see.
oh, this could be good. All right, Casey versus the ants. This could no,
Yeah.
you know, you should go with this. This could be a good
Oh,
topic for you here.
I do have some raid.
Oh,
There you go. Just don't breed that
you
shit.
heard about this potential new freaking product from Cup Noodles, the ramen company?
Go ahead and talk for a minute. Let me try
It's
to.
it's basically gamer friendly cup caffeinated ramen.
What the hell? Ooh.
I'm not joking.
Oh my god, is it still cheap like the normal ramen?
I don't know. It's from Cup Noodles. It's
Cup of
basically a cup
noodles,
noodle company. Probably gonna
caffeinated.
be
Oh,
expensive.
oh, Christ! That sounds like. Oh, that sounds horrible.
I
But
know.
someone out there is gonna buy that shit. They will buy it, and then when they stop making it, they'll be like, "God damn! They stopped making my caffeinated gaming noodles. Damn it!"
Mhm.
Well, I think I just heard Casey like say,
Yeah.
"Fuck you,
From
ants."
13 hours ago, Cup Noodles is releasing a caffeinated version to become gamer friendly. It's like gaming cup noodle is the name of the branding that they're trying to do.
The
I'm
gaming
like,
cup noodle.
it's nothing different. There's nothing different. It's still got the little still got the piece of the corn, little like peppers and stuff, and the ramen noodles. But I don't see anything different that would make this considered caffeinated.
It's nasty. That just sounds horrible. But there's gonna be people. They're always trying to capitalize on the gaming market, right?
Mhm.
There's always some of these brands out there. I think I saw that once where I don't know if it was Gillette or somebody like that, or maybe it was Axe or somebody making gaming deodorant. Um, but yeah, there's always going to be somebody trying to make a buck on it. So a cup of noodles,
Mhm.
gaming noodles. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Casey will probably buy a whole case of it.
Man.
Casey, are you alive? I heard you yelling in the background. Uh, I heard
Oh,
him like yelling at the ants with the raid.
yeah,
I hope he's not breathing that shit in. That stuff is like poison.
definitely.
So
No, I'm not trying to bring that shit
Did you guys hear about the Crow reboot coming out next year with Bill Skarsgård?
no, really?
Yeah, he's playing the role that Brandon Lee played, Eric Draven. It was in post
Wow.
production. It was in post production, but it's now officially coming out sometime next year, according to Deadline.
in.
Oh wow.
But the film itself, the film rights is what
Fuck.
the film rights is what's basically like freaking me out because it was acquired by Lionsgate in an 8-figure deal.
You
I'm
got
like,
all
Really?
this movie was acquired by Lionsgate for minimum 10 million.
Oh wow.
in their
Were they?
food.
That's kind of
That's pretty
crazy.
cheap.
Yeah.
Reach out.
I mean, I know, as far as I know, most of it was filmed in the Czech Republic. It was filmed in a different country, mostly.
Interesting. That guy's
Yeah.
a good that guy that the Skarsgårds that whole family's they're all really good actors.
I mean,
It'd be
this
interesting
was
to
the
see
guy
how
that
it
played
turns
Wolf
out.
anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna
And
be
he was
interesting to
in
see how it
John
is.
Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah, I wonder. It'll be really good. I think The Crow is one of those movies that gets a bad rap, unfortunately, because everybody
Mm-hmm.
associates it with what was
Brandon
his
Lee's
name?
death.
With Brandon Lee's death, right? Everybody's oh
Mm-hmm.
well, Brandon Lee's death, and that's all they care about, and they don't actually watch the movie. It's a good movie.
I actually watched the movie. I actually bought it on my freaking Xbox. I'm not joking. I thought it was so good watching it once on Netflix. The first time I even heard about it being on was on the El Rey network when I saw the ending cutscene with
Oh
Rochelle
man,
Davis's character taking the engagement ring from the actual bird. And I'm like, what is this? And I thought, and then as I actually sat down to see what the next showing was on El Rey, I'm like, holy shit, that's the inspiration that gave Sting that character in WCW.
right?
This is
Yeah,
the movie. Holy shit. That was what was going
yeah.
through my mind. And you know who is the reason he even got that inspiration?
Who's that?
Scott Hall himself. Scott
Really?
Hall asked him if he's seen the Crow movie.
Oh wow,
Yeah, and
that's how
Steve
that
Gordon
started.
watched it and ran with it. Essentially
That's
ran with it
classic.
for his
I didn't know
character
that.
for years.
Well,
Yeah,
Wow.
Steve
Well,
Gordon was interviewed about
I
that.
knew that Sting based it off the Crow, but I had no idea that the bit about Scott Hall and that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, somebody had
Wow.
mentioned that in a 10 Fascinating Things nobody knew about Scott Hall. This was after he
So
passed, though. This video came out after he passed.
technically, he created that character. Then
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
He's
that's
the one that
kind of
helped him
crazy.
be my genius behind the Crow Sting.
Wow, that's awesome. Scott
Yeah,
Hall, man.
rest in
That's
peace.
pretty good. That's pretty good. But no, I have to watch. I'm gonna look for that movie when that comes out. Now that's pretty rad.
It's
I
coming
think
in
with
theaters
now,
next. Supposedly the planned release date that I saw on IMDb was March 28th of next year. This was post production phase though, so I don't know when the official release date is yet.
I bet that'd be pretty good.
Oh, I'm
What,
definitely gonna see it.
Casey? Casey, what was that? What are you doing there, Casey? They're ants. They're not spiders. They ain't gonna bite you.
to the kitchen.
They're in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
He's
Yeah,
got
he's
a
got an
bad
infestation.
reputation. He's
Oh,
got a
he's
bad.
Well, the thing is because it's right beside the collection room, and they're going after the dog food, so I gotta get rid of the dog food.
So it
ah
all originates from dog food.
Yeah, so
yeah
That'll do it.
yeah.
They hadn't even
Open
gone
dog
back.
food. Yeah,
They hadn't
Open
gone
air
back.
dog food. That'll attract things.
yeah. That's how I think that's happened with our dog food a
Mm-hmm.
long time
That's
ago. I
happened a couple.
remember that.
That's happened a
Yeah,
couple times with me too. And I got
yeah,
4 dogs.
yeah. Gotta be careful with the dog food, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
I had to dump the dog food.
Yeah, move it, move it somewhere because I remember your house there, and move it away out of there to maybe over there where your game
More,
room is.
yeah, move it to a more unused room. That way the
Yeah,
ants don't get to it as fast.
yeah.
I'm trying to clean it up right now. Where
Okay.
Jeez, that's great.
I got
Casey
dump
versus ants.
trying to clean it off so they're not where Duke doesn't lick all the raid.
Hmm.
Casey.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to do a couple things, but I think I'm winning the war against ants.
Hmm. Yep. You know,
Casey
it's
versus
actually like
Dance.
there was another. Did you guys hear about the other wrestling death that happened 2 days ago? General
What was that?
Adnan. General Adnan of WWF passed away at
Oh
84
yeah.
2 days on Wednesday. He was the
Really?
general that was with Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter when Sergeant Slaughter went full Iraqi. Adnan Al Kaisi.
Hmm. I
Hey,
Yeah, that was
vaguely
his
remember.
full ring name.
don't lick that.
But he was known as General Adnan to most wrestling fans in WWE.
I'll be right
He was
back.
84.
Oh wow. How old? How old was he?
84 when he
Oh
died.
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a rare thing when those people in that business died that late in life,
Well, he was
unfortunately.
born
So
in
hey,
39. Yeah.
damn. Wow. Oh, geez. Lots of people dying, Casey. Stop killing everybody. Freaking A,
What I
man.
want to know is this: two construction workers apparently smashed a path through the Great Wall of China because they wanted a shorter path to work. They've been arrested. Both guys have been arrested according to the local authorities in China. I'm like, how in the hell are you going to make a hole in the Great Wall of China and not have anyone notice?
So, how that's a great question. How do you even
How do
do
you smash
that?
a path in the Great Wall of China and not expect someone to notice?
Man, that's got to be a hell of an operation to get through that freaking wall.
And it's only two
And
people that did it.
they
Construction
had
workers.
who is the magician that made that the wall disappear? A piece of that wall or something? Was that David Copperfield? They got him out there like, hey, there's nobody here drilling a hole in the wall. God, good Lord. How do you I mean that's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nuts. We're not talking about like a little 6 foot fence or something here. That's like a freaking roadway, man. That's wow. Wow.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be late to work. I'm gonna put the drill a hole in the wall, the Great Wall of China. Sure. Hey, Casey, I don't know if you can hear us, but your lawyer is in the chat.
What?
Your
Hey,
lawyer
Rose.
is in the chat.
Hey,
My
Rose.
what?
Your
Hey,
lawyer, Devious Dave Rose, is in the chat.
interesting. What's he saying? I'm pretty much got it whipped now.
That's good.
It looks like I took care of it. I might have to bomb the house tomorrow.
Hey, stop using that word.
I don't think I
Yep.
think you can say that.
Now,
Well, I mean, you can, Casey. I mean, you can say anything you want, but
mm, just gotta watch
the
certain things.
I'm not making
yeah
any
the
threat. I'm just saying I'm the bug bomber.
there you go.
There
Hey, well,
you go. That's better.
say say that other word in front of the B word, and I think you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the other things you don't want that because the
You'll have the cops on you.
intelligence of the YouTube police, they'll just be coming after you. Being like, what
Hmm.
do you said
Well,
you were going to do it. You said that word. You said it. You said you're going to do that to a house, and
oh, don't say that.
Yep.
Well, it
Now,
seems like yeah, it's taken care of, but I'm definitely gonna bug bomb it tomorrow.
okay.
Damn it. So probably what I'm gonna have to do is take Duke away, probably put him in let the neighbors have him. and then bug bomb it.
Until that is done. Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't want him getting sick or dying.
yeah. So I would probably just bug bomb it, and then I go out, and while it calms down, I can come back and let
Get
it.
Duke from the neighbors. Yeah.
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 Ugh,
Yeah.
God. But I'm back. I believe I kind of got it now, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely got to get some raid and do some more. But that sucks.
Yep. You know what?
That's
you know
the
what
joy
sucks
of
for
having a
me?
house, Casey. It's good stuff.
Yep. You know what sucks for me? It
What?
took Hollywood 23 years to make a sequel for Chicken Run.
What?
Yeah, Chicken Run 2 is coming to Netflix December 15th.
What the hell
Oh.
is Chicken Run?
It was an animated film made by the same people who made Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. All right.
Yeah, the original Chicken Run was in the year 2000 when it came out. 23 years later, they're finally doing a sequel.
But it's Netflix. It's Netflix. The thing is, Netflix right now is they are jumping at anybody comes with to Netflix with a script. They're like, okay, approved. Okay, yeah, you're gonna do a documentary on a gym sock. Okay, you got it.
Everything gets approved except the things that people actually want.
Well, some things are going through there that people want, but I think that's the problem with Netflix right now is they're stretching themselves too thin, and
Yeah.
they're just doing all sorts of crazy shit that no one will watch.
Mhm.
But there are a few things that people do watch on there. What was the show that went off of HBO and went over to Netflix? Recently,
I have no idea.
The Witcher. I think it was The Witcher, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, The Witcher. The Witcher.
Yeah,
That
Witcher
had,
went
like,
over
Henry
to
Cavill
Netflix.
at one point.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's just things like that where it's like, okay, well, they're having some wins and whatnot, but Chicken
Mhm.
Run, yeah, I remember that. I remember that now.
Yeah, the trailer came out. The first trailer came out 3 days ago from Netflix
wow.
themselves Twitter account.
We got Steve Callen in the chat, and like the guy said,
Yo,
we got Devious Dave Rose. But
sorry, I just changed every freaking battery in this damn house for the fire alarm. Shit,
and it's still going off.
I changed every battery. I don't know which one is still chirping.
I'm like, dude, it's like you've been having it chirping for forever now.
I know. I got to change the. God damn it! Which one is it?
Oh yeah, I hear it too now. I didn't hear it until he just now mentioned it. I didn't hear it. Now I can't unhear it.
This is closer.
How do you pronounce this? That I cannot pronounce. I can say his last name, Whiteley.
Weasel Whiteley.
Holy shit! Yeah, I can't pronounce that either. DW, that's your name, DW.
I said Weasel.
DW. But
DW.
I'm trying to see if the other competitor is. Oh, I know why. I was trying to hook it up to my Switch, but I was seeing. Like, why isn't my Switch coming on? I remember my Switch is in my car. I need to grab it.
That's not a good place for that, Casey.
Well, it's not like it's outside. I mean, the car's not parked outside. It's in the garage now.
Oh, hey, well, that's good. Hey, you moved up in life. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, that's good. But still, it should not be in the car, though. That's not a good place for it.
Nope.
Yeah, especially in a hot ass garage.
Has anyone heard anything about Kanye's newest problem in his life now?
What's his problem now? The guy's
Him and his wife have been banned for life from boarding Venice boats in Venice, Italy.
What the hell did he do? What did he do? This is gonna be good.
His wife gave him head on one of the boats.
Oh, on a Venice boat in the channel. Oh, what a dumbass. That
They
guy.
got banned for life from boarding the boats after indecent exposure.
Oh
I'm,
Jesus! Venice. Oh my God! What a schmuck! I'm sorry, that guy is such a schmuck. It's like let's go
I'm
to
just,
one of the
I was
most
like,
beautiful
what
places in the
is
world, and it's like maybe he just had the need to get ahead in one of those boats. I don't know, but the thing is with those boats, there's a guy standing behind you paddling like right there. I've
this?
been in one of those things. So if that happened, it was pretty obvious. Unless, I mean, what?
There were
What?
pictures taken. There were pictures
Oh,
taken of this. Apparently, his pants was
Yeezy.
down past his waist from some pictures that someone took behind them. But you can clearly see his wife like coming up from the from the bow of the boat underneath while he's sitting down. I'm like, oh my god!
Oh, Jesus. What the hell, man? That guy needs to go back just to making music.
He needs to just stop like doing this shit because it's gonna get him in serious trouble. I'm surprised he got off the hook with just a ban. Him and
Yeah,
his wife got banned. I'm surprised that that's the only punishment.
that's only he can do something that's stupid. To get a ban on the boats. I wonder how many bans they do on those boats on a normal basis, right? It's like, oh, this guy, he was standing up and rocking the boat. Okay, well, maybe a ban, or maybe this guy cast a fishing line, was trying to fish in the channel while we
Which
were
is also
going,
illegal.
you know, but then there's this guy who comes along, of course. They're probably like, oh, this damn American coming here and with his girlfriend, this crazy nut job getting head. Oh
Hmm.
my God, what the hell? That
You know,
it kind of doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
I heard you can get like a couple years in prison if you litter in the water in there in that city. If you throw
Yeah,
where?
trash
I
in the
believe it.
water, you can get like prison time.
Where at?
I believe it. In Venice,
Venice, Italy.
Oh wow.
That's how clean their freaking water is. You can go to jail for it, littering in it.
I believe it. I mean, the Italians are like that. I believe it. I tell you, I was in over in God, what the hell's the Netherlands recently,
Oh
a
wow.
few weeks ago, and I was in Amsterdam, and Amsterdam is like this city. It's kind of a historical city, and the Anne Frank thing and the World War and all that. Well, and it's a city that's on channels as well, right? Just like Venice has got these channels of water all through the whole damn city. And I was blown away in Amsterdam. That city was nasty. Uh, and so kudos to the Italians for having laws for throwing shit in the water. We saw human feces in the streets in Amsterdam.
Ew.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Ew.
so yeah, I mean there and on top of that there was trash everywhere and there's shit. I mean in the street. And then the other problem was, which I guess is not really a problem. It maybe to some people it is, and some people it isn't. But the whole damn city smelled of skunk ass. I mean, Grateful Dead concert skunk ass weed. Okay,
Mm.
and because I mean it's legal there, but you can only do it smoke supposedly in like coffee shops, but you smelled it everywhere. So that was one thing. So it's like you're walking through the city, and you have to watch what if you're stepping in dog shit or human shit, and then it smells like a concert or something. But yeah,
Ugh.
so that just reminded me of that. I was like, well, good for freaking Venice, man, for having standards.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. I mean, makes sense. I wish we do that, but God, I mean, I hate to say this because I'm in this field, but I know well, kind of in this field, but truck drivers are like, they'll have like a bag of trash and they're so fucking lazy not to throw in the trash can. Sometimes they'll just leave it by their truck and then they'll take off. Yes. Or like
Really? Wow.
sometimes they'll be fueling up at the what's called the fuel islands. And if they don't want to go out, like while they're gassing up, they'll go behind their truck and take a piss.
Hmm.
That's how lazy truck drivers can be. So like,
Wow.
they're dirty people. Like one of the biggest things, the company I used to work for. Um, this is before I left to come back to Oklahoma. This company actually took the old shop that I used to work at. So I knew this company was going to be a trailer shop that because I was with another company. It's like I was going back to the old shop that it used to be for a few days because there was this one guy. He got so sick he was in the hospital for a little bit, and sadly, this guy passed away.
Mm.
And what this guy would do is he would take semi trucks that been is about to turn over, where they'll have it all cleaned out, and from people who either quit or got fired. They literally have a guy that's assigned to do that. That's how many people has a turnover as truck drivers. But
Oh, I believe it.
like I said, there was one for a few days I had to be over that old shop, and I was help cleaning this one truck, just littered with crap everywhere, trash everywhere. It was the worst, and like you're just scared about getting bed bugs because there was one time. I'm gonna go back to this story, but there was one time I was using a truck driver's truck to bring in, I guess, his trailer, and later on, I got word that we probably need to check our bodies because it seemed like they had bed bugs. Yeah, so I
That's
didn't know what a bed
disgusting.
bug looked like. So I was looking all over my body. It's like I don't see anything. It's not like I see anything crawling on me. And when you hear someone say that you might have it, like your body starts to itch, like
Yeah.
you feel like stuff is crawling all over because you feel like you might have got it. But later on, we find out no, we didn't. I had to tell my wife to put trash bags on my seat so I didn't get the car
The
infected.
bugs. Yeah.
But
That's
well,
nasty. That's just nasty shit. That's like you hear about that people like going to like a nasty hotel or something,
yeah,
they can get bed bugs, and then they get in their car, and they get in the car, and they
it's
take them home, and then you got when you're home, and it's a whole fucking nightmare to get rid of the damn things.
yeah.
It's just nasty, nasty fucking humans. That's what it is.
Uh, hold on. The Kratos says is let me see. Kratos, try to leave and come back. Try that. Sometimes StreamYards will fuck that up. So
Yeah,
try.
Not that,
weird.
dude. I literally am trying to like not piss off Dave Rose right now with the goddamn smoke alarms.
Chirp,
Oh come
chirp,
on!
chirp.
Dave's just fooling around. Don't Dave's having fun. But But yeah, But going back to kind of bed bugs thing, uh, Brad, you remember that mall that I'm not gonna say the mall it is, but or like the name of the mall, but the mall that our buddies used to work at.
Oh,
Both
the
Bear
yeah, yeah.
that
It was a dead mall. Well,
yeah, but
practically
then
dead.
it's been repurposed and it had a bunch of businesses in it instead of shops. But
Right.
uh, so my ex-girlfriend works in that area. Well, she did. Now she's doing it remotely because of the pandemic and everything.
Right.
And apparently, that dead mall got bed bugs.
I believe that. I I I kind of believe that because I have heard things about that mall being before from our buddies that used to work at that mall, and I heard that back then. I heard
Oh
that
no
back then
shit!
that they. I heard back then that they used to have a huge cockroach infestation in that
Oh
mall in the food court. Yeah,
well,
and I remember hearing stories specifically when they would go in to open in the morning. Like this is before the actual mall hadn't opened, and they would walk across that food court, and there would be like cockroaches just everywhere, going into the garbage can and shit. And
oh
they
my
would come in
god!
there every day and spray in there, right before they open, and they would go away, and then they'd have them all open, and then they'd have their the food court. The food court I remember that was really bad. It was like
Oh
three or
god!
four. It was like a Chinese restaurant and like a pretzel place and the cookie place or something. Um, but then after they close up, they would spray again. But every morning there'd be damn cockroaches everywhere.
Well,
Every
yeah, once
morning.
you have them, it's staying there. Get impossible to get rid of them. Like I don't know if you've been to my old apartments before I moved to Pennsylvania. You know the ones that are close by the other mall.
Once, yeah, once. I think I did
Okay,
once. I remember. Yep.
so when we were checking it out, it looked good. Didn't see no problem. After we moved in, we realized they had cockroaches. I'm like, oh my god! And we would bomb that. I would bomb that apartment all the time, and it seemed like it would fix it for a little bit, and then they come back. And I thinking it was because our neighbors would leave their fucking doors open all the time, and they just manifest. Dude, like you don't want to have any food at all because it was just that was horrible.
Well,
So
what I remember is that was not a great. It wasn't a. It wasn't. I wouldn't say great. It was not a good area, if I
oh,
recall.
technically it's not good there. It's not even a great area. I mean, dude, you remember it was one of the times I came down for vacation. It was me, you, and Liz, and we were traveling around. We went down that area, and we stopped at a Quick Trip, and we were parked right beside someone. And then wasn't that car being robbed as
Yeah, it
we
was
were
being
there?
robbed. Yeah, there's somebody in there stealing shit out of that car. I remember that. Yeah, and that Quick Trip was right near that apartment. I remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I never went to that Quick Trip again after that. And there's a couple of near that area that would not go, but it was pretty
Yeah.
shitty area. But I do have another story going back to what all this started. So I believe I told this before, but not a lot of people heard about this. So I was helping. There was another guy helping us cleaning out these trucks. So every once in a while, he would say, "Oh, he would find something." He'd say, "Hey, you want this?" And I was smart enough to like I would tell him not interested because one, you don't know if the truck driver's going to come back to want to get
Yeah.
in because not only you're cleaning the trash out and cleaning it all up, you had to box up all the personal property so they can come back later and pick you up.
Right.
So sometimes I believe this guy would pick up weapons, like a knife or stuff like that, chargers, and I'm like not interested. Like I don't want
Yeah.
to get in trouble. Like light a flashlight, no. So later
Wow.
on, we here's a kicker. We came across I guess a truck driver that was a trainer, and this guy had no legs. He was a truck driver with no legs.
What?
Yes.
How does that work? How? Wait a second.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure that there's got to be ways, but it's like
Yeah.
anyway.
I'm sure they had to have something modified for him, but
Right.
he also had prosthetics for his legs.
Yeah.
So he was an amputee. So I don't know. Maybe he could use his prosthetics to help drive. I don't know. Maybe he had like hand pedals for gas and brakes on steering. No, I bet that's what it is. That or some. I'm sure there's like pedals on the steering wheel that you hold and maybe because nowadays you don't need for some of these trucks nowadays they're not even stick no more. A lot of them are starting to be automatics.
And you said this guy was a trainer,
Yeah, this guy was a trainer,
like a
truck driver.
fitness. Oh, I thought you meant like a physical fitness trainer or something.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
wait a
Like
second.
he's a truck driver trainer.
Ah, okay. So he trains
So
people. All right.
yeah. So so we were cleaning out his truck, and then this is the guy with all that trash everywhere in his truck. It was just outrageously dirty. And we get to the point where we found some broken, like some prosthetics. And he's like, oh, this guy I was working with, he's like, oh, throw these away. Like I'm not throwing those away. Like I don't know if those are worth money that he's gonna come back. Like, and he did it.
Oh, he
So
did not. Really? Oh,
he
what an
tossed those
asshole.
prosthetics. Yeah, he threw those prosthetics away. And by the way, that's not the asshole thing. I hadn't got to the asshole part.
Oh, wow.
So
Worse. Okay.
we finished cleaning up his truck. Oh, by the way, the guy wasn't fired. I think he was switching truck, but something got mixed. There was a huge boo-ha-ha between the driver and the company because they had a mix-up. But that's not even the worst part. So he wanted his prosthetics.
Right.
So that guy I was working with blamed me. And the reason why he did that, he thought I was going to be there for only a day or two. And
Right.
I show up, and I'm not trying to rat the guy out. So I
Right.
go in, and they're like, hey, we need to talk to you. What happened with this one? It's like, and I was trying to back up the guy, but they're like, I told him, I don't know what happened to him. And he's like, well, what he told us that you threw them away. I was like, oh, hell no.
Wow.
I was like, you know what? He said that. I'm going to turn around and rat him out, saying that, well, no, he's the one who wanted to throw him out. I said, no, I'm not going to throw them out because he might want them. And they knew I was actually telling the truth because the guy was a troublemaker. He would
Mm,
he would always talk shit about the company and causing trouble. So they took my word over him. So
good.
um, they're like, just don't go over there and kick his ass. Like, don't worry, I'm not gonna do anything like that. Like, it's not worth costing my job.
Right.
So, I go, but here's the kicker: he's the one in the dumpster trying to look for those prosthetics, and I think he was ordered to find them, or he'd be very in trouble.
Yeah,
So,
he could be getting really deep shit for that. Yeah.
yeah. And when I showed up, he must have been shocked because he was all nice. It's like, oh, hi, what's going on? He was shocked that I showed up. I was like, yeah, what's up?
Two-faced asshole.
Yeah, definitely two
Wow.
faced. So, but yeah, that was crazy. But
Wow.
it,
Wow, that's crazy.
but Mr. Pico says, I hear it. Sounds like squirrels fucking.
It does the chirping.
I'm
Chirp.
hoping that I hit that raid, dude. Tomorrow, I want to give it a little time. I did mop it up, but I'm probably gonna mop it again. And
Wow.
I'm definitely gotta get another can of raid. I gotta get Duke some new dog food. Probably like you guys said, I probably have to move the location of the dog food for right now
Yeah. Was
because
was was it getting in? Were the ants getting into like a whole bag of dog food or something?
well, yeah, it's like a dispenser.
Oh, it's like a container thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
container like it just gravity falls through, and
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
so I mean I was pretty sure if they're there swarming around, I'm sure they're in there. So I didn't want him. Plus, I didn't want him eating ants, and so
Right. Yeah,
so
it's true.
I'm gonna have to clean that. Uh, it needed cleaning anyways. I usually clean out his dish bowl, his water dish. So this will give me a good chance to clean out his food bowl. So I gotta
Oh
get him
wow.
food. Plus, he hadn't been happy with this dog food lately, and maybe it might. How's my audio? Because Dave says my audio sounds horrible.
It sounds your audio. I mean, I can hear you, but it sounds like you're like jogging or something. I know that you wouldn't be jogging,
You know
Casey, but
what? Is, is it better now?
yeah, it's much better.
Oh, you know why? Because I had this fan on, and I had it. I didn't even have it on high. I had it on low because it was warm. So I don't know why, but
Yeah,
uh,
it sounded like you were like you had your phone in your pocket and you're on a call. You know, when somebody butt dials you,
oh
and
yeah,
then you hear. That's what it sounded like.
really? Because the microphone's not even pointed towards that. It's pointing away, but I just turned the fan, like I said, on low. But I'm just
Classic.
hoping that raid did it because I raid some outside, but if
There's some
it's still,
stuff you can get, Casey. I was going to suggest this. If your ray didn't work, we had some ants here recently, and there's a poison you can get. It's like not a poison, or it's some type of anti-ant shit. It's clear, comes in a
mm,
little bottle about this big, okay, and you take it and you pour it on like a piece of wax paper that you cut or something, or a piece of paper, and you put it wherever the ants were, And then
Yeah.
you also find out where they're coming into the house. That's another
Nope.
thing is you need to look and see where they're coming in at. And you put some there too, and it
Mhm.
goes on there and traps them and kills them. Since the ones that get away, they take that shit back to wherever they came from, and it
Uh,
kills them there.
well,
But that's a good one. But yeah, you should also look to see where they're coming in at too, because
I'm pretty
they're just
sure
gonna.
it's either one or two things. It's either from the window behind the game collection, and I didn't see them nowhere there. They were literally like around where I was sitting, right around the arcade machine,
Right.
and I believe they were coming out from the door. Because I seen them do that, and honestly, I've been seeing bugs going around. Ants around the garage door. So I guess it's time for me to get uh, some raid, like couple cans of raid, and probably bug bomb this place, and at least bug
There's
bomb it in the like. I don't want to do it in the kitchen, but have it.
yeah, there's you could do that as well, but there's also when I lived there and had a house there, I remember there was always bug fucking issues like that. Um, there's this stuff you can probably get there. It's called home defense. Comes in
Yeah,
like a liter jug or something. I think Lowe's or one other place. And what that does is you just go and you spray all the barriers on the outside of the house and the windows and the doors and all that shit, and it keeps the bugs from coming in the first place. And it lasts, a few months, even with rain and all that shit. And I mean, it's a good investment. It's like I want to say it's like $40, something like that, $30 for a big jug of it. But that stuff is awesome. I remember we used to use that shit all the time, and it kept the bugs out, spiders, beetles, ants, all that shit. Now, flying insects, not so much. You're kind of fucked if they get in, but with ants, I think that might help you a little bit.
well, my mom had this stuff. It was like white stuff that looked like flour, and we would dust it around like the windows and stuff like that. I hadn't
Mm-hmm.
seen that in a while, but
Hmm.
so Mr. Pico says, "How you doing, Brad? You seem cool, kind of like Tex minus the redneck."
Yeah, I used to be a redneck. I left though. I'm not living in that region anymore.
Oh
But so
God,
I'm an
Pico,
ex redneck.
that's fucked up.
On
But I'm still
my
feeling
white
like
stuff. What?
I don't. I'm still feel like it's on me, even though it's probably just I'm being. It's a mind thing now because I I raided the hell out of that collection room and right where his food and water dish was. So yeah,
Huh.
I'm gonna be busy tomorrow. Oh
Nah.
God damn it!
He's like,
I wanted to
God damn
sleep
it.
in. I wanted to sleep in, do wherever I want. Now I had to be an adult and
You
uh
have to be an adult. You have to do some adulting housework. That's
yeah,
it's a pain in the ass, but the good thing is with bugs and shit like that, once you take care of it, and find the source and protect them from getting in there, it's just not going to happen again for a while anyway. Shouldn't.
yeah, it's like that because I had it. This is not the first time this has done it in the collection room. Like I think it was definitely weather related because they were coming through the door and I think through the window. So I'm gonna have to God,
Hey, and are you? Hey, are you? Is your lawn mowed?
front yard is.
You need to do some adulting. That's what you got to do. You got to keep
I,
that because that's another thing that'll keep the bugs around. If your yard's all out of whack, the bugs and
yeah, the
all that
rear
shit will love that.
the rear uh or the backyard needs to be mowed. So
Yeah.
dang, I got a lot to do. I mean, uh I don't know if you noticed, but well, actually, my grandpa just passed this Tuesday. Not this past Tuesday, but the previous Tuesday before that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
today was actually his funeral. So uh, I got up about 8:30 to get over where the funeral house was at 10:15, and I was there until like 1ish, maybe 2. Yeah. So
Hmm.
so when I got here, didn't want to do much after that. Like I was felt pretty beat up when I woke up this morning. Like actually, it was like 4 o'clock. My left knee was hurting pretty badly, so I wasn't even sure if my left knee was still continue to hurt pretty bad. I probably wasn't going to show up, but luckily I was feeling better, and it was just because I was beat up from work.
Mm.
Thanks, Mr. Pico. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I was planning to do a couple things today, or at least something today. But when I got home, I even took a nap after I got home after a while. So,
Oh, it's probably draining. Probably really drain the hell out of you, and then I just imagine that state right now in freaking
icky.
September, I guess now and early September, hot as hell,
Yeah,
and and then you had a hard day at work, and then you had to come back for that, go over there and put on the face,
yeah.
I know how it is. And yeah, you're probably like, fuck this shit. I'm not going to take a nap.
Yeah, well, I mean, originally I was not gonna go to eat afterwards. Over then, I was like, you know what? Screw it. Get free pizza and hang out
Yeah.
with the family a little longer. It was
Yeah.
cool, but it's been very eventful day, especially when after knowing I was going into war against Mikhail, who is not still
NyQuil.
alive. He's still not live, even though he said he's going to start his show at 10:10, and it's almost 50 minutes. It's 41 minutes past the time. So he was trying to take my time frame, but I took suggestion from someone about starting earlier. I
Right.
I forgot who said that, but um
Yeah, I remember. Well, I remember who was it? I think AJ came on and said 11, or she was going to start at 11, but I think it was 11, or I don't remember what he said. Early, way early in the chat, he said something about it. Let me
well,
go look.
it's 11. Oh, I think for some reason that AJ's in the Eastern
Oh, he's in a
time
different
zone.
time zone. Is
So,
my where? But where's Michael? What time? What world is he in?
I
Shit, I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I think he's in Colorado. But
Oh
it
shit!
says
So
right
he's like way
here.
over there.
So, I mean, it says right here, like on his uh channel, that he starts at 10:10 p.m. and right now it's almost 11. So where the fuck are you, Mikhail? If you're saying you're going to war, it kind of almost looks like you're forfeiting. So
Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he's just like, nah, I'm out.
I
He,
mean, I
he
was about to tap out. I was. I was thinking about running to Walmart to get some Raid. Luckily, I still had some, but God, tomorrow's going to be extremely busy. God damn it!
Ants,
I guess
man.
I slacked off a little bit from last week, and like I was playing in the mow in the backyard, but I was like, ugh, I was tired, and I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to do the laundry, so I could
Yeah,
run my laundry while doing that, so I can kill two birds with one stone.
there you go. Now
Yeah,
you're thinking. There you go. That's how you do it. That's what you
yeah.
gotta do. Is sometimes you gotta do like multiple things, and it's like, okay, I want to put the laundry in, go mow
Oh
the
my
lawn, and while the ants choke to death on poison. You know, that's what you. Oh,
Pico
I heard
said,
them.
Watch out! They catch those pedos at Walmart. You gotta
Oh
be
my,
well.
yeah, oh
You
my
gotta
God!
go.
I forgot, Casey. I got to tell you something. When we're off the call,
Is it?
I I heard something the other day, and I was like, oh my God. Uh, sad, but yeah, I have to tell you about it.
Oh.
Yeah, but man, yeah, you're right. You got to watch out with the Walmart. You
What
know,
about
they
someone who I know? Is it a person I know?
probably,
Okay.
yeah, probably, yeah, probably.
Does it
I don't
start
want to
with?
say anything. I don't want to say anything on here, but I think it's
Okay.
like public knowledge now. So I, shit. But yeah, watch out for those weirdos at Walmart for serious, man. Especially where you live.
Well, I
You
mean,
always
you know.
Walmart was always the funniest place to go because like you see some of the strangest people in the world at
Oh yeah.
Walmart. You know.
Especially, especially at midnight or later.
Oh, yeah, especially late at night or early morning, because they're like
Yeah,
24. They're all 24/7 now, aren't they?
they
They
was
they
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 was
were
since the pandemic. They changed their hours. They close at 11 now.
really.
Early. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay,
So that's
I didn't
why
know that.
yeah, that's why I can't go to even even the big stores. I mean, the neighborhood Walmart's closed even earlier, but they always closed early. But
Yeah, they've always been like that,
the big Walmarts they closed at 11 ever since the whole pandemic, and they
and they
couldn't.
just kept on doing it. Ah, the bastards. They're like,
Well,
oh, they just keep doing it now. You know.
it's
Yeah,
probably a good
that's
idea because it probably cuts the hours down and less people. But then,
weirdos coming in the middle of the night when they're drunk or something, or
oh
yeah,
yeah,
you would see a lot of that, or people like I remember there would always be stories on the news of people like going in there at like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock, and like falling asleep and or trying to sleep in the dressing room or something.
yeah.
So so because I didn't have any or like homeless people or something, stuff like that. And so yeah, these are things I didn't know about. Uh, haven't been to a Walmart in like fucking forever. I want to say at least 8 years since I've
No
even
shit.
been
Do you
inside of a
not
Walmart.
do you not have a Walmart down there?
No, we don't have Walmarts. None.
That that's
Even
shocking.
when I even when I went and visited my dad, we because I was up in Wisconsin in November, but there was no in the town he lives. There was no Walmart.
No shit.
Yeah, so
I
I didn't go
hear
to a Walmart.
I heard like in I guess in Manhattan or something like is that they don't want no Walmarts. So I don't know. I think it's a New York thing, but you figure how big New York is, and it's not just like it's just Manhattan. I'm like,
No, it's
there's
not. It's a bigger. It's bigger than just Manhattan. It's the whole tri-state area up there. I mean, New Jersey. I mean, what about? There's WalMarts in New Jersey. I mean, there's got to be.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, definitely. But I'm like, but hey, talk about uh, we have MK3 Kratos. I appreciate you coming by, bro. Sometimes I feel bad for some of the other people. Sometimes it'd be like me and another guy, and we'd take over the whole thing. And I feel like we kind of almost push someone away, and I don't want people to think that, because it's just when you're getting a good conversation, it's kind of hard to want to stop.
yeah,
And
yeah, I hear you.
I think some people think, I hate to say this, I think some people get their feelings hurt, but it's nothing personal. It's like,
Yeah,
why do you want to stop something when it's going good? So
sure. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, people are too sensitive, unfortunately, about shit. They're like, but yeah, it's just grow up. Put your man pants on. Don't worry about
uh
it.
well, Dave Rose says Walmart had killed more small business than Joe Biden. I
I,
agree.
I
I
fucking believe
agree.
that. Yeah, I believe it. All
I
the
mean,
old. I remember in the old days, you could go to all these old little tiny grocery stores, and they don't have any. You don't. They don't exist anymore. Very
and
few of them anyway.
yeah, very few, like, and like they're mom and pop stores though too, you
Yeah,
know. And like, I mean, well, Walmart, you can damn near get everything. That's why like stores like Circuit City's gone. Like,
yeah,
or not
yeah.
only that, I mean, when you got Amazon, like, you can always get the weird electronics that not Circuit City. Oh God, Radio Shack. That's what I meant.
Radio Shack. Oh yeah, that's another one.
They were
Yeah,
they would
Radio
have.
Shack was. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of stores like that, and it's not just like the electronic stores. There's a lot of them, like clothing stores and
Toys.
um, toys and what else? The food stuff and all that shit that they have at Walmart. Because it's like Walmart. You think about Walmart, it's like, oh, they have everything, right?
Pretty much.
They got everything, and it's like, hey, did they start selling? And that's another thing because I've been gone a while. Do they sell alcohol in Walmarts there now?
In
Like
Oklahoma, yes. In
they do?
like when I was in Pennsylvania, no, because
Wow.
it's some type of uh
Well,
legal
there used
reason.
to be. Right. Well, Oklahoma used. I remember for the longest time they didn't do that in Oklahoma. So I was
Really?
wondering if they'd changed it. For a long
Well,
time,
I've
they.
been reading. You always could go to the gas station and get alcohol.
Well, that's the gas station's a different story, and that's a whole nother story. I mean, Quick Trip, like that's some of these chain gas stations are so big they kill off all the mom and pop gas stations. There
Oh
used to be
yeah.
mom and pop, like Casey's, Quick Trip, and 7-Eleven. These freaking stores destroying all those opportunities and all those little businesses.
I'm
Um,
sorry, my
yeah,
gas station's killing them. I'm sorry about that, dude.
Casey's, yeah.
There's more of these Casey's coming up around here now. There used to be, God, at our old high school, where I I know I would stop at the gas station that was at the corner before you go into high school. I would stop there to get a Coke or fill up with gas. That is
Right.
now that is now a Casey's.
Oh, so they actually took the mom pops and blew them out and put a Casey's there in the spot.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And
Oh, Jesus.
before that, the only Casey's I saw anywhere was in Claremore. So
Yeah. There was one up there for a long damn time. I remember that. and I think it was like the only one. It was like one of the only ones anywhere in the state. And then, but there was Casey's. I remember because when I was younger, we would go up to Iowa to visit my grandparents, and there was Casey's freaking everywhere up there.
No shit.
And there was no Quick Trips up there. There was no 7-Elevens. It was Casey's. And I remember it's like, well, why aren't there in Oklahoma and all shit? Because it's all these land disputes or these agreements that they have or some bullshit. And Quick Trip, of course, is pretty. I think their headquarters is there in Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. And their first one was there. But
Oh,
and then 7-Eleven is over on the East Coast. With
Texas
this beer,
says beer in Oklahoma sucks. They sell only 3.2 alcohol beer. It's basically water.
yeah,
Oh,
for the
I
most
don't
part,
drink. I don't really drink beer anyway, so I can't contest to that. But maybe Brad could. But
Oklahoma beer. I don't know. I've heard that it's changed, but here's the thing: is that if you're buying macro beer, it's gonna taste like piss and water anyway. So, and most of the beer there is gonna be like that. The most stuff you get at Walmart, yeah, it's gonna be crap. Um, but there's just some good breweries in Oklahoma that I'm pretty damn sure is not 3.2%. Um, but not where Casey lives. Where Casey lives, they're pretty square. But
yeah,
um, the other parts of the state, maybe you have better luck.
but oh gosh, I remember when I came to pick you up from OSU to take you back home.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They had a drive-through uh, liquor
Liquor
store.
store, drive-through liquor store. There's like a barn. Is a barn. I think it's called the barn, right across the street from the student union. You go over there and you could drive through. You look around and there's like liquor, beer, kegs, whatever you need, and drive through. It's awesome.
Oh,
Yep, been there plenty of times.
but oh my God, Pico, you're fucked up. It's not legal here. I
No, no,
mean,
no, no, no. Pico, that's Arkansas, not
no,
Oklahoma.
it's Alabama. I mean, or it could be Arkansas too. But oh, come
Yeah,
on. But
it's them hillbillies over there.
we got Bird. What's up, Bird? I hadn't seen him in here for a while. But
The bird.
oh gosh, we could always talk forever. I mean, sometimes I wouldn't mind to call you up and say, "Hey, we gotta do like a recording or something."
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know what you mean, man. Arkansas
So
is not known for that. All
I,
right.
I assume Bird has something related with Arkansas.
It's Bama and Texas. Uh, I've heard. I was always raised in Oklahoma. It's like Oklahoma don't drink or in Arkansas don't drink the water because that's that's what I was always told. It's like Texas. I never really heard about people doing that down there. All I ever heard about when I was growing up about Texas is that they can out drink anybody, anywhere. Everything is bigger in Texas. The barbecue, the trucks, the women, everything. Um, that's what I remember about Texas. But Arkansas, it was like, yeah, they like their cousins and their, you
Oh,
know, and don't drink the water, and Bill Clinton and Little Rock, and it's like, yeah, yeah, no thanks.
oh, we got Cora, mysterious and really mysterious. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I do want to bring this one thing up. We always can talk stories all the time. Um, let's talk about our buddies from school that used to work at that dead mall. I think it was literally like the last store. I think you walked into this mall and that was the only fucking store that was still open. Was that
Yeah.
sports store?
There's three stores. There's three stores, and there was the food court. There was a few food, only a few,
Yeah.
and the cockroaches. But yeah, there's a sports store. It's like something like now that I think that you can compare it to is like Lids. I don't know if you've been to that store, but it's
Nah.
all sports hats, usually hats
Oh, I
for
thought
like
it
a
was.
fanatics type of
I thought it
thing.
was more like a kind of one of those things where like it has like memorabilia in that store.
It was like hats and memorabilia and fanatics.
Okay.
It was like fanatics. Yeah, it's kind of like, and it was but it was very small, because it was just crazy because that mall had lots of space. I mean, shit tons of open space. All the
Oh,
anchors were closed, and this was like one of the smallest units there. But that was there,
yeah.
and there was a jewelry store and a Victoria's Secret. That was it.
Oh, really? I really
Yeah.
thought that was the last store that was there, but well, Brad would tell me that our buddies would pretty much steal from that shop blindly all the time.
Yeah, they would have stuff. They would borrow it, is what they would do,
Borrow
right?
it. They borrowed. They just hadn't returned it yet. They're planning to return it eventually.
No, actually, I have a real story. I remember one time, it was like a lanyard or something, it was a football team. I want to say it was the Sooners or some shit because they liked the Sooners because they were dumbasses. Um, anyway, they they had like a lanyard and they took it, and it wasn't a lanyard. It had a price tag on it, or it
Yeah,
was just like a sticker.
yeah.
So they took the sticker off and they used that lanyard for like a couple months, right? And I remember going in the store and looking at the lanyards. I was like, oh, they don't have that Tuners one in there anymore. They're still using it. And then I went in there one time and I looked up there, and there it was. It was back up there. And one of them wasn't wearing it anymore because he would wear it into work. So he wore it for like months and then just put it
Oh
back
my.
on the shelf. But I think that they only got away with that because there was never any customers. There was like, I don't think I ever saw a customer in there when I would go up there. Never,
Well,
never.
oh, honestly, you're not gonna go to the mall and like, hey, I'm gonna go look at the sports memorabilia. I mean, honest, and I thought the same thing when I was working at Sears. Like, who the fuck is gonna go to the mall and buy tools or buy appliances at the mall? A fucking lawnmower, you
Yeah.
know? Who figured about that? Unless, yeah, you go into Sears, but like
Yes.
that's what I've never understood Sears being a part of the mall because Sears could have been by itself, but it's always Sears been being part of the mall, and like if you're a teenager, you're not unless you're a gearhead, you're not gonna really care unless you're really into electronics. But
Yeah. Yeah, I
but
agree. I mean, the funny thing about Sears is that everybody identifies with Sears as like being a mall anchor, but they got started. They weren't malls anchors. They were standalone stores when
oh
they first
yeah,
got started, and the malls kind of built around them. It was kind of the opposite, but Sears Roebuck, that was like a catalog company, and they were
yeah,
their own stores, and you could buy anything you wanted out of the goddamn catalog. Even houses, like you
yes,
could buy
I heard
houses
about
that you
that.
could put out of a Sears catalog. Swimming pools and shit. Um, and that's how they got started. And honestly, maybe if they would have kept doing that, and not going into malls, maybe they'd still be around. Shit, who knows?
Well, it's a bad sign when you get rid of. Like, I remember they stopped selling video games, and this is after I left them. Like, that's not a good sign. You get rid of video games.
Yeah, whoever was in charge of that place was an idiot, pretty much at that point, because they're like, oh, video games are taking off. Let's get rid of them. You
Yeah,
know,
because
brilliant. Why don't
funny
you
thing,
open a book section? Stupid asses.
I
It's
remember
like,
one time one of the end caps in electronics is when this is during the PS2 era. This is when Guitar Hero was starting to be a thing, and we had an end cap with Guitar Hero hooked up. So I think on breaks or even off duty, I'd go and play it. It was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Eventually, I got into it and got a lot of the Guitar Hero games eventually because it was fun. But
yeah.
I love talking about a Sears story that Brad knows about this. So, uh,
You got a lot
this,
of Sears stories. I mean,
yeah,
I've got a lot of some Sears stories, but I think when you were working there, the Sears stories just went up to another level.
oh yeah. But I remember when we worked out a scam to get a buddy of ours his Xbox,
Oh yeah,
and I
you're
nearly got popped for it too.
yeah,
So
you're.
I
I
think
remember I remember that story more than anything is that I remember Casey like sweating bullets.
yes,
Um, just like literally just like he was like sweating so much, so nervous and scared that he was about to shit a brick at any moment. And he's just like constantly worrying about if that's I'll let you tell the story, Casey.
well, I was it. I don't think was it Bear who was getting it or Zach. I don't know. I think it was Zach, right?
I don't I don't remember, I honestly
It's one of those
no, I think
two.
it was now that I think about it, it's got to be Zach because I know that Bear didn't have a checking account. There's no way.
Okay.
There's no way. There's no way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Zach who won an Xbox. So he had to write me a check, and it's like all right, like so we're gonna use my discount of 10%, and all that's gonna do is honestly take the tax off. So
Yeah.
so he would write me an amount in the check.
Yeah.
So I mean I did it, and I was wondering if how good that check was.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then one day, actually I think it was the next day, I get called in from my bosses, and they're like, "Casey, is this check going to be cleared if we run it?" Because I guess they were questionable if I was able to afford an Xbox. So I was like, "Yeah, it should clear. I mean, I have the money for it." And it's like, "Well, if it doesn't, we might have a problem." It's like, okay. But like you said, I was sweating bullets because I was like, oh my God. I was like, again, I never did, well, I never did that for him again. But it was, oh my God, that was one
It's
of the,
good stuff. That was
oh,
funny, but I was like, Casey will never take a check from anything after that. I think he's like, nope, I'm not fucking with it. No more discounts for friends. Forget that shit.
well, I won't
But
exactly say that because after, sometime after that, my grandma on my mom's side decided to come in and she wanted to get some lawn and garden stuff. So
of
of course
course,
she wanted to use my discount. I was like, this time around, I talked to my boss because I'm not going to go through that whole thing. And he was
Casey,
like,
you got some, a lot of people in the chat there saying what's cool. Who is it? Who was that? I just saw it in there. You got a
let's
lot
see,
of chat action going on here.
yeah, a lot of them. They're talking about football,
Oh,
but not
they're talking
food.
about college football because Texas is playing Alabama tomorrow, and it's like oh, who gives a shit anymore? I mean, or isn't Texas going to be playing in that division pretty soon anyway? So it's
I
like
don't know.
I
I'm I'm
I,
the I'm
it's
far from the
just
person you want to ask about college football games. So
well, I am too now because I can't get any of them. I would like to watch them, but I can't get any of them here. But I see the scores on ESPN and all the press about these games. But yeah, fucking college football. I've lost interest in college football.
you pissed off
College
Tech.
football. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. He is he a Longhorns fan? He's got to be right.
No, he's
Texas.
was it Aggies? Aggies.
Oh, he's an A&M guy. Okay,
Yeah.
A&M. Well, they were the first ones to leave to go over there, so
Uh,
that's all right.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
gonna Texas free. I'm sure he's gonna come and bitch you out with that.
that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, that's fine. I can't watch college football anymore, so I say I don't give a shit about it anymore. But yeah, college football. Great sport. Is it better than professional football? Yes. Um, but no, I could give a shit less anymore. Who wins on college football?
I'm gonna have to agree with Costanza a little bit on this, where it says football is woke. I
Oh, I agree.
I would say NFL football is woke for sure, and it's just there's so much. Um, there's it's just football's not the same. NFL football is not the same. That's what's kind of made me fall out. And plus, it doesn't help when my fucking team hadn't won a Super Bowl in damn near
What
30 years.
30
So
years?
that doesn't
More than 30 years.
has it.
Hey, by the way, your team, they made a big move here recently, right before the season, signing getting that Niners QB over there, and I
Yeah,
mean Dak Prescott, that guy, whatever. But I thought that was interesting. That was a hell of a move. Jerry's like, you know what, Dak, you fuck up this season, your ass is out, and this guy's in. That's
that,
exactly the message I think that he's got. But hey, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, because I don't really have a lot of faith in Dak Prescott.
I
Sorry,
don't either.
but but
I don't think he's
we'll see.
horrible, but I definitely think Romo was a lot better than he was, and Romo got a lot of shit. I mean, after Troy Aikman, we had to go through some bad quarterbacks before we got to Romo. Like, we had Ryan Leaf at one point, who was horrible. Even Drew Bledsoe
And leave.
wasn't great for the Cowboys.
Drew bled so much he needed a tourniquet. Yeah, I remember him.
So,
Um, Drew Bledsoe, that was the guy that got ousted in New England by Tom Brady. No, yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
yeah, yeah. You guys have had. Listen, yeah. There's a list of quarterbacks you guys have had in the last 30 years between your last Super Bowl. Yes, it's a dirty laundry. I was looking at a different one though. I saw something like a meme the other day. It was Washington Commanders. I almost said Redskins. Ooh. Um,
Was
Speaking of being woke,
Testaverde one?
Vinny Testaverde? I don't remember.
We had so
Um,
many quarterbacks. I mean, it's outrageous. Since
it
between
may
Troy
may have been.
Aikman and Romo. Like Quincy Carter. That's another one. I know that one. So
Quincy Carter. Oh yeah, Quincy Carter. That was another one. Yeah.
I don't think he
Oh,
was bad. I don't think he was bad, but he wasn't great. I mean, Romo just got the bad luck going
who?
into the playoffs. I mean, he's just had a better regular seasons than
Right.
play.
Romo was the guy. He always just he couldn't finish the job. Right.
No,
he couldn't.
but
But he was good. Right.
yeah,
But it was just like he didn't have all the pieces there, and there was all sorts of other issues they had. But now it's like it's like I don't know what the hell is wrong with that guy, um, who was the guy that filled in for Dak? The redheaded
I don't
freaking
know.
dude. God, he's always a backup everywhere. What was that
I,
guy's name?
I don't
Can't remember
know.
his name.
This is
Um,
the time I was starting to fall out of football. So
yeah, yeah. It's right. It's right. When you haven't won that long, I understand it. But hey, the team that I support hadn't won one in 50 years until a few years ago.
yeah.
Um, so just stick with it, Casey. Maybe
Well,
maybe
I
they'll
mean,
win one here soon.
well,
Maybe
it's not
Trey
just,
Lance will come in there and win one for you.
and it's not just the Cowboys not ever winning it anymore. I don't know. I just feel like the sport changed way too much that it just doesn't feel the same. I can
And
understand to make it safer, but they're making it too many changes that
well, they are, and a lot of people are actually suggesting this because they make a certain amount of rule changes every year, and it's
yeah.
getting way, way more like it's turning into like touch football,
Mhm.
and people are like, well, 5, 6, maybe 10 years from now, it's going to be flag football, and it might very well be. However, there are things that could prevent that from happening. But they have to get rid of the current NFL leadership, which is not going to happen. They just signed Goodell to this big, huge, fucking huge new contract. That guy's going to stay there until he's like 90 years old, like Emperor Palpatine, with a cloak over, and he's going to be there forever. And if he's in control and that leadership stays in there, yeah, you're going to have flag football in the NFL.
Well, I mean,
Rest
what
assured.
I heard is that the Pro Bowl is a glorified flag football game, and I can't confirm that because Pro Bowl sucked for decades that I stopped watching it. Like, I remember back then, like when we started watching football, you cared not only about your team, but what conference your team was, like the AFC or NFC.
AFC. Yeah.
It's like who was doing better between those two? You know what I mean? You don't even
Yeah.
hear about that no more.
Well, you do. I mean, you're starting to hear a lot about it now because the AFC right now is like really they're really um, stacked right now because they've got a lot of good talent, young talent and quarterbacks. They got Joe Burrow, they got Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and what's his name, Josh Allen in Buffalo, right? And then you've got a few of these older guys that are just sticking around, like Russell Wilson and who's the guy that went to New York? Was it
I
well,
oh
the Green Bay guy?
Aaron
God, what's
Rodgers?
his name? Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that guy, right? And you got a lot of the competition is really starting to stack up in the AFC, right? And people are
Yeah,
like, and you look at like Lamar Jackson signs like a huge, huge contract, and now Joe Burrow has this huge contract as well, and neither of those guys have won a Super Bowl. They've never have anything truly proven yet. They really haven't proven themselves, and they have a shit ton of competition. A shit ton of competition for the rest of their career. They're going to have to deal with all these other guys that are on that same level. It just don't make sense to me, I I agree with you, Casey. I think the game is getting pussified. I mean, it's it's getting really bad. It's not the same game as it was 10 years ago, and I think 10 years from now
It
it's gonna
probably
be
was.
like touch football,
Yeah,
no more tackles.
yeah.
It's gonna be bad.
I can understand because I mean, concussions is a big thing, CTE. But honestly, if you play football like in school and up, you're gonna have some type of brain injury. You're gonna have some type of concussion. So you're gonna already have some type of CTE. I mean, I'm shocked that Troy Aikman is not like going out and do something like pull a Chris Benoit.
he, he's well. Have you seen him lately? Every time he's on there broadcasting, it looks like the guy's drunk. Um,
Oh
he's
yeah,
like
uh,
he's
I,
always drunk. But yeah, that's Troy Aikman. But here's the thing. Troy Aikman. When he was in his prime, if I recall, I don't remember him unless during the good years, I guess
yeah,
I should say. The last couple of years when he decided to retire, he was getting hit a lot and getting concussions and shit. But before
really,
that, he was very rarely getting hit. That's why they were winning those Super Bowls and doing so well. Um, but there's other guys, like in the league who I was trying to think of some of the most sacked quarterbacks of all time, and then you want to go see what they're doing, see who's dying, and who's
oh,
having real brain damage issues, like you said, like Chris Benoit freakouts.
yeah. I mean, the reason is it seemed like when Troy Aikman used to play, he would get like 2 or 3 concussions every season,
Yeah, right.
but he'll be like they'll like, oh, he got a concussion, and they'll see how he is, and then he'll make his way back, or he'll be off the rest of the day, but he'll be back next week or maybe the week after. But um, I
Yeah, it's
mean,
just there, and that's what it is, and that's where it's all been going. The concussions are a big problem that the NFL's had for a long time now, and they think the only solution is to stop tackling and stop a lot of that type of violence in the game, which is not really the only way to stop the problem, right? They're just like going with like the easy way out, unfortunately. And they've even improved the helmets. You look the helmets that they wore 20 years ago and compare them to now. They're
yeah.
way different, and they're like
Oh, that
bigger now, and they got it's like ridiculous. So I mean, they've tried a lot, but it's like at some point, it's like, do you want to continue to play the game the way it is, or do you want to change it into something completely different? And I think
exactly.
that's why people are liking XFL right now, or this third iteration of the XFL. Is they're like, well, they want to go back to gridiron style football the way it was originally intended to be played, rather than
Yeah.
having all this pussification bullshit. So
Oh, Pico says that Michael Irvin should have a beer called 8 Ball.
eight ball.
Because of concussion. No, not his concussion, his cocaine use.
Yeah, the
No.
Benoit Bowflex Pico. Oh God.
Oh no. Oh gosh, I'm kind of
Yeah.
a little disappointed because I'm like I keep looking over. I know everyone wants. I know if I'm watching, like waiting for someone's stream to start, for some reason sometimes it won't load immediately.
Right.
So every once in a while, I'll back out and go back in to see if it started, and it's literally
Just
an hour and 23 minutes when Mikhail's supposed to be
just stop
live.
looking. Stop looking, Casey. Just stop looking. Tell somebody in the chat to keep an eye on it and let them know let you know in the chat if
Well,
Miguel is live.
I can keep an eye because it's on the big screen. Because like I can just keep an eye on it. But we got TSS in the chat. What's up, TSS? But oh gosh, I definitely am getting sweepy. Too bad that I can't run to fucking Walmart because if it was open past 11, I would definitely go over there now. But I
Hey,
definitely got
Quick Trip doesn't have that stuff.
not like that. I don't think so. But I could take a
Might.
quick look. I can go take a look because I really cleaned the hell out of that area. Dude, that really, I wouldn't say freaked me out, but it was kind of like, when you're sitting there and doing a show, and I was like, okay, maybe there's a bug here on me. And then it's like I kept on feeling it. I was like, what the fuck? It looked like I might have took care of it. I mean, I don't really see it anywhere in the kitchen.
Good.
Yeah.
What about the game room? What about the collection room? Are they in there still?
I might have beat it because I don't see nothing. I might have to do a good mopping again. It looked like the raid did its job.
Yeah, mop up all them dead ant corpses.
Well, I already did that. I'm going to have to mop up the raid a little bit more. But like you guys said, like you and Kratos, I'm going to have to move the dog food and the water dish to another point. The problem is, like, I don't know exactly where to put it because I don't want to put it into, like, I mean, there's points to outside almost everywhere, minus going into the bedrooms. And I don't want to put it in the bedrooms. But
it sounded like when you were on there earlier in first notice, it sounded like you had like your whole leg covered in ants or something.
well, it's literally like they were swarming around me. And
you're like, eat them, get them.
dude, I was like, what the fuck? It was not the worst I ever seen because I used to see them like waves of ants coming from the collection room, from the game shelves. I was like,
wow.
Yeah. So,
well, didn't you have like a spider in there too once? I remember.
oh my! Oh yeah. I mean, I would have a spider every once in a while. I mean, I'd rather had a fucking spider on me, and I would have swiped that off and killed it, than dealing with all this other stuff.
An army of ants.
Yeah.
You need to blame Michael. I think Michael is the one who planted the ants there. All right, that's what happened.
Not on his show right now. He's planted it, and now he's waiting to come back.
Yeah, that's what it was. Those ants were put there for a reason to swarm you to try to persuade you to stop streaming tonight.
I almost did because I was about to ready to run out of the house and get some stuff, but luckily I looked above the washer and dryer and had some raid. But I know I'm nowhere near done because I'm probably have to do some raiding around the house a little bit. Like I know every once in a while I'll have ants around the garage door, so I think I'm gonna have to do that. And like around the doors and the window seals again. And I know I'm gonna
Answer.
have to mow the backyard. God damn it.
Yeah, the ants are coming out in full season this year. We
Yeah.
had we had we had ants a couple months ago. We're like 4 stories up, and we had ants coming in through our sliding doors on our balcony. Um, thing about that is, it's like I can. It's not like when I lived in a house in Oklahoma, an apartment. You can only treat it on the inside, and the outside, the apartment does that shit. And I only
Oh
face an
yeah.
outside area that's a balcony, and it's like I gotta go spray underneath a balcony that's 4 stories up. Kiss my ass.
Oh yeah, true, good point. I mean my first apartment was a 2-story apartment. I mean, you had the living room and the kitchen on the bottom floor, and then you can go upstairs to the bedrooms. And we were living together, so I don't know why we had 2 bedrooms because, I mean, we were going to sleep together. So,
That's too TMI. Thank you. Uh,
well, I mean, hold on, it's like, well, there's no reason for me being in the other room. I mean, we were dating at the time. We were dating at the time, but
maybe but yeah, but there's stories. But maybe she wanted you out of the room because of poisonous gases at night. I don't know.
oh god,
Uh,
oh,
text says if you leave random McNuggets all over the house, you're gonna have ants, Casey.
oh, that's what.
Right.
Actually, funny you said that because I did have nuggets today.
There you go. See, you can't do that, Casey. You're gonna get ants. You're gonna get ants. You leave them a nugget, they're gonna take one of them.
Honestly, the nuggets, like sometimes, when they're like really good, when they're like if they're dry, they're not great, but when they're like moist a little bit,
Hmm.
they taste great. And
Yeah.
today they taste awesome. So I
That
didn't even need
that
to eat them with sauce this time.
Wow, that means they were really good then. That's a
Yeah,
rare thing when you don't need sauce. That means they deep fried them perfectly. They didn't like leave them in there for like 30 minutes and then they come out and they're like really, really, really crispy and so
yeah,
crispy that you bite into it. It's just like nothing in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Then you need to have sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. And the only reason I went for that is because they had a deal on DoorDash. If you had like $15 in order, you get free 10-piece chicken nuggets. So it's like, okay, I'll order this and order enough. I'll eat today and have enough for tomorrow for like, so I double up. So actually, I have enough. I can probably have lunch and dinner tomorrow with that. So
Jesus.
because
uh,
this is gonna sound bad of me, but they have a combo that they do where you can buy 4 cheeseburgers, 20-piece chicken nuggets, and a basket of fries. And I think that's $15. And that sounds pretty good.
that's that's a whole nother level of fat guyery there, right there. That's like,
Oh, hold
I'm
on.
just,
I don't eat the
I'm
whole
just,
thing in like one sitting. that's at least 2 or 3 sittings of food, maybe more to 3 sittings. Because I don't eat like. I mean, I could probably eat 3 cheeseburgers or 2 cheeseburgers and some fries. Uh, I wouldn't eat nuggets with that on top. So
we
uh,
when we was in Europe, we looked. We were going through. I think when we was in where was that in Belgium? We were in Belgium,
mm,
and we were walking by this McDonald's that was on the street, and we looked at the menu because all the menus were all the self order ones, and they had a chicken Big Mac. Do they have that there now?
not that I know of. I know
But I
certain places will have specials that not everywhere around.
but I had never seen that before, and I was like, oh, that's the craziest shit I've ever seen. I think they even had a fish fillet one that was also a Big Mac. So it had two fish patties or two chicken patties that were super ass thin, just like the beef one for some reason, and it doesn't look real. So it didn't look
Are,
like real meat. But
are you,
but I was like, wow, that's interesting. I've never seen that before.
well, there was one time when it was. I guess it was during Lent, and it was. Uh, was it Meatless Friday, wherever they call that.
Yeah, I know. It's oh god, it's a Catholic thing.
Yeah,
Shit, Lent or something. I don't remember what it's called
yeah.
anymore either.
And so there was one time. I guess we had a bunch of people, and we decided to order like 12 fish fillets, and they sent
Oof.
my ass to go get that. And I ate
You had to be
one.
that awkward guy.
Yeah, and it took forever to get them, but uh, I ate one, and I never ate one again because
Hey,
it tastes disgusting.
Casey. Yeah, they're. I mean, honestly, the best thing about the fish fillet is the bun. They like steam the buns, right? And I
Yeah.
wish they would do that with all their burgers. I mean, but they don't. They're morons. But uh, Dave has a really good question for you, Casey. What's your go-to fast food burger?
Ugh. Well, I guess it'd be. I don't know. I mean, real good burgers. I don't. I honestly, the best burgers, fast food, I would say it's from Burger King
Which
because
one? Like the Whopper or what?
no, I'm cheap as fuck. So I would get like a just a plain cheeseburger, Junior. But the burger actually tastes really great compared to McDonald's. It's like hands down a lot better.
What is? I mean, it is hand down a lot better. I agree with that. I agree with that.
But
So do you like the dollar menu? You like the value, the cheap shit. So you like
yeah, I don't.
that's
Yeah, I usually don't go for like, oh, I gotta get the fucking Big Mac and or the Whopper. No, because I feel like you're paying so much for one burger and like a meal
yeah,
when I want to get like the dollar menu stuff.
yeah.
But I mean, Whataburger is good, and I think you took me to Five Guys or wasn't it Five Guys one time?
I don't remember. No, I
I
took
think it was
you. It wasn't Five Guys. It was a local joint, and I'm not going to say the name of it because it'll
I
give away.
I
It'll give
I thought
away.
Five Guys though.
Well, I think I took you to Five Guys too, but we also went to one that was. I
Well,
took you to a real burger place
uh,
where you live there. A real one, like a real. Actually, there's a few places we went. Shit, and thinking about it, there was one that's kind of a chain around that area in Oklahoma that's pretty well known, and then there's one that's like a real good kind of craft burger place, and then I took you Five Guys, which is kind of a chain or a national chain. But
Mr.
no,
Pico is correct.
be-
5 Guys is more than my rent because I don't pay rent anymore. I mean, I used to pay about damn near $300 a paycheck. I mean, my mom. I had no problem paying my mom that type of money,
sure.
but now I have to turn around and use that to pay utilities and shit like that.
That's adult life right there. That's
Yeah,
how it works. I'll tell you, I don't have like fast food here. I mean, there's no, I, I don't have, I mean, there's McDonald's, but it's not like it is
McDonald's
in the
terrible.
U.S. But I mean, I miss my burger was, my fast food burger in the U.S. was the Baconator, from Wendy's, or the son
I'm
of the Baconator.
I'm not a big Wendy's person because one, they're expensive if you want to get something big. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, their food's okay. Like when I was
but
in
they give you a good
Pennsylvania,
size. They give you a good amount of meat though. McDonald's gives you this thin ass piece of fucking meat that's like tiny,
yeah,
no matter what you pay.
exactly.
And I always like Wendy's because they give you good portions, and it's kind of like Whataburger. Whataburger's also really good with their portions. They always give you fucking big portions, for the money. And yeah, I think Whataburger puts out good burgers, and Wendy's, and beyond that, there was Steak and Shake. Like their
Oh,
Crisco melt. It's another thing I really miss. But
we
shit,
we only have one steak and shake around. There was one closer to me, but it's shut down. So I would have to travel a little bit to go to the next one. But like I used to take some dates to Steak and Shake every once in a while because I enjoyed their food.
they got
But
good quality ingredients is what I like about them. They were always very old fashioned about their
yeah,
shit, right? I don't even really consider that fast food, honestly. But
I
um,
agree because one, it wasn't fast at all. You had to wait fucking forever.
yeah, you'd have to wait a little bit. You have to wait quite a while. But I I haven't had like a Wendy's in about 8 years. I haven't had Whataburger in at least 8 years, or Sonic,
Yeah,
or any of that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, no?
yeah.
I mean, I haven't had any of that, and I have had McDonald's since then, which tastes the same no matter where the hell you get it.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, but I really miss those fucking burgers from Whataburger and Wendy's. Shit, shit, man,
Well,
you got me hungry for that, and I can't have one.
well. Oh gosh. I mean, was going to bring something up, but I totally forgot. God dang it! Don't you hate that when that happens? Damn it!
That's old age. Old age is getting to you already, Casey.
Oh yeah.
The next thing you know, you're gonna forget who you are and pee your pants, and
Well, I already peed my
just
pants
like Joe
before.
Biden.
I peed my pants before, and recently, a couple months, I shit myself on stream. So
I heard about that. I heard about that. That you're. I didn't see it in live, but I had heard about that referenced by at least three other people on their streams about you shitting yourself.
really,
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I think it. Who did I hear? I heard that. I think it was Rose, of course. I think he
yeah,
said something about it, and then I think maybe Frank maybe said something about it, and
god damn.
then some. Yeah, I heard it in like multiple places, and I had to go back and look at it, and I saw the stream, and I said, "Oh yeah, he did. He absolutely shat himself."
Yeah, because I was having stomach issues at that point, and it just I wasn't even trying to fart. It just happened. It was just like just came out of nowhere. It's like, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah,
It was that.
you gotta be careful with them with those sharts. You know.
Well, I wasn't even trying to fart. It just happened. The only other time something like that has happened is it was also with a stomach issue at that time. I think I was just have upset stomach, and I was working for one company, and I was a mobile tech, and the mobile I was at a Home Depot warehouse was my location where I would go to work at, and and I would stay there the whole day and service our trailers until at Home Depot warehouse, and then go back to the shop. But sometimes, and if anytime I need to go, I would have to I would have to pack up everything. Like I had to pack up all the airlines and throw all the tools back in the truck. Uh, Mark the trailer that I was working on, and and head to the office to use the restroom. And I did all that. I was heading to the office, and then I literally shit my pants right there in the seat. And so so I was like, oh great. I was like, like it's gonna be all like look all brown when I went in there to clean myself. I guess it was, I don't know why, but I guess it was all clear stuff.
Okay, that's weird. That's TMI and also really weird. Are you like an alien? You're like shitting clears. What the hell? I've
Well,
never heard that in my life.
well, it's kind of like how after I had my
Yes, I
colonoscopy.
agree. I agree with that, Pico. Just like uh, Pico's like the chat is better than Casey's poop tails.
But
uh,
well,
it's like
the,
you're gonna
the,
give me nightmares here.
well, the last time, I mean, I pooped something like that. Uh, I was getting my colonoscopy, and I have you had that one done yet?
I have. I have. It's not fun, but I have. Yes.
Well, the
Yeah.
worst part is really just. I mean, I went under when that happened because I was
Sure. Well, they put you out. They should hopefully. Otherwise, you're
every.
you're gonna remember that for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
But no,
but
they don't. They give you like medicine to clear everything out of there
oh
that could
yeah.
possibly be in there.
Yeah, so it's just pretty much cleans out your system where you're literally like you're fasting and you're clearing out your system to the point when you are pooping, you're pretty much pooping out clear stuff.
I
So
I did not notice that, but all right. Maybe you have a lot of clear soda. I don't know. But
but
God, that's just TMI. Holy shit.
well, not only they were going up my ass with a camera, they put a scope down my throat too.
Oh, you
At
did that? I haven't done that one. No, I.
yeah, so I mean, I when I woke up, I didn't feel anything. So luckily, but I know when I woke up, I definitely messed myself when I woke up. But I mean, I assume that's normal because,
I probably is. Yeah.
but
That's-
yeah, well, the thing is, they found one polyp in me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
they took it out. So, but the reason they did that was because I was having stomach issues, and I guess
eat
they
more
ruled
salads,
it.
Casey.
What?
Eat more salad. You gotta eat some more salads. You're not 20 anymore. Is
Well,
what
they
it is,
ruled it
man.
as what it was, gastritis,
Oh,
and
okay.
I guess what it was is coming from all the ibuprofens and Cedrins I would take.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah, because I
Christ.
would body pain.
Oh,
I would
yeah, that
get
makes sense now.
I was getting body
Yeah.
pain, and also I was getting headaches all the time, and I was to the point I was eating headache meds constantly. Like when I wake up, I'll take two in the morning, and then two later on. So, and then ibuprofens, if I was really hurting, I would take four.
Oh, yeah. That shit. Not only will that screw with your colon, Casey, that'll also mess with your liver as
No,
well.
really?
Yeah, is what I've been told because I've had numerous parlays with the emergency room and hospitals for different things, and doctors would tell me that shit. Stay away from the ibuprofens unless you really need to. If you really need them, that's one thing. Um, but yeah, you got to stay away from taking so much of those fucking pills
I,
and shit. It's like it'll fuck up your system. It'll fuck up your colon,
yeah.
your bowels, your liver,
Mhm.
all sorts of stuff, man.
Well, I pretty much I don't. The only time I really take Cedrin or headache medicine is if I already tried all like I tried just to lean on Tylenols. So
Acetaminophen, ace, pretty. That's yeah. I think it's all right. I mean, I take those
yeah,
too, and yeah, it's the same way. I when I'm in get headaches now, I try to avoid trying to take anything because I don't want to have to deal with the after effects of taking whatever the hell medicine I take. Um, but I feel you though. I feel you though with the colonoscopy shit and then, but I have not done the one down the throat yet. I
well,
haven't had the need to. So,
they
uh,
were looking because I was having stomach issues,
oh,
and at first they followed the gallbladder thing because I was having pains to my right side, and
mm.
so um
I, speaking of that, I got to tell you a story about that. Actually, you'll like this. Since we're on poop stories, I don't know how this happened, but um,
that's a good point. How?
so this
Uh,
when I was back in Oklahoma, I almost said the city. Shit. Um, when I think this was like I want to say about 10, 12 years ago, and I was having really bad pains in my left side. I thought it was, and it would go away. It would come and go, come and go. And somebody,
yeah.
oh, you having, and everybody around me, oh, you're having appendicitis or whatever, and all this shit, and just get me scared. So I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna go to the doctor. And I never ever would go into the doctor for anything. I'd be like, fine, went to the doctor at like a one of these, what are those called? Like these rent a doctor places. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
uh,
urgent hospitals, you know.
minor emergency?
Um, no, not like an emergency room, like these little,
No, minor
like,
emergency.
yeah, one of those, yeah, that type of thing, like these little tiny
Yeah.
quick trip hospitals. And so I went to one of those and I got there and I sat through all the shit and filled all the paperwork. And the guy, and I told the doctor, and he's what was feeling, and he's like, no, and he pressed on my stomach and everything, and he's like, what the hell? And so they did X-rays, and then I okay, we did X-rays, and he came back and he showed me the X-rays. You know, he puts it up on the the board or whatever, right? Lights it
Yeah.
up, and he shows me, and he's like, "Do you see what the problem is?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know how to read an X-ray. You're the doctor." And he goes, the problem is, man, is that you're full of shit. And I was like, uh,
you, you saying you're backed up?
yes, he's saying I was constipated. He goes, you're full of shit. You're backed up. That's what he said. Literally said, you're full of shit. He goes, what you need to, he goes, what I want you to do is to go up to Walgreens, which is like was across the street, and get you some what the hell's the name of that stuff? Milk whatever
Oh,
God, I can't remember. Milk of
magnesia?
magnesia. Yeah. And just chug some of that, about like a half a bottle of it, and then in a
Oh,
couple hours you're gonna be fine. And I did that, I was better. But yeah, I thought it was hilarious because you're full of shit.
was he a
Um, was he what?
was he a foreigner?
Um, The doctor?
Yeah.
No, he's like an older guy. He looked like he was like a doctor, that's been retired for 30 years, is what he looked like.
Uh,
Yeah.
because it just when you told me that, you remember back in Jackass One, the movie that we went to,
Oh,
and
with the hot. Oh,
the part with Ryan Dunn where where he stick that toy car up his ass,
yeah, and the
and he
doctor,
went,
the
he
doctor,
went to the
the doc,
X-ray doctor, and that's all this guy does is X-rays it, and he I guess he tried to diagnose it, or but and Ryan Dunn. Oh well, you see the nurse looking at it, and she's disgusted. She's like a really old woman,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
it's a foreigner doctor,
yeah,
and he was like, I guess they had a hidden camera because he was also with a buddy of his. We don't know which buddy it was, but
right,
um, he was saying, "Don't go tell nobody this, but um, not your girlfriend or your boyfriend."
yeah,
And I guess he assumed he was gay, but he also was like Ryan Dunn was saying, "How did the toy car get up there?" I was like, "I don't remember eating something like that." And the doctor was saying, "Maybe you shoved it up your ass."
yeah,
So it kind of reminded me of that doctor when he's
yeah. That I remember that guy. That doctor was like, "How did this toy car get up your ass? Did you put it there? You must have put it there."
yeah,
I
you
remember
must
that.
put it there. Like you must shoved it up your ass.
And he's
I
like, "Well, how
mean,
do I get it out? How do I get it out?" You got to poop it out.
but that was
Yeah,
hilarious. But yeah, it reminded
yeah.
me of that doctor when he said that. But oh gosh,
Shit
well,
stories. Yeah. How did we get on the shit stories?
I don't
Jesus.
know. That's a
And,
great point.
and
I
I agree with Tex, by the way. Too much gay stuff in Jackass. There was a
yeah,
lot of gay stuff.
I agree. I mean, there's way too much dick they would show. Like, and
There,
I wouldn't.
that was not the only problem. It was like that was one of the things, but there were sometimes there were skits that were like, okay, that's just really gay. I'm not
Oh, you
even, not
know.
even lying.
Well, I mean, I remember the show where one guy was on roller skates and he has like another guy pumping his ass, or it looked like he's pumping his ass, and or something with roller skates, or maybe he was wearing a jock strap and on roller skates. But oh gosh, yeah, I
Yeah,
missed.
jackass. Jackass. I saw on Drew's feed the other day he was doing role
Oh man,
play on GTA on Ass
yeah,
Jack.
Ash
Yeah.
Jack. Oh, by the way, Dave, we need to talk. I'm pretty sure he's trying to use my voice in that show. I think I deserve royalties, so we need to talk about taking Drew down. I mean, we could talk about money from him, or maybe I get sole ownership of his channel. So, I mean, either or works for me. So we'll talk about that, Dave.
Yeah, you
Uh,
gotta. I think you gotta do something. I think he's stealing the voice, and he may have even based that character off of you. I don't know.
I
I don't
heard
know.
rumors about that, but I can't. I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure he ripped me off. So I demand
Wow.
justice.
Yeah, you need to get some royalties or something from that. I think.
Imagine all the donations that Drew makes. All that donation will go to me. Anytime
Wow.
you anytime you donate to Drew, the money will forward to me, and all the ad revenue will go to me.
All the ad revenue.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know. It seems very similar.
Tech says the character was inspired by, not based off of you, Casey.
Inspired. Inspired by Casey. That's well, if it's inspired by and the voice is inspired by you, then I guess then it's legal.
No,
From what I understand. Yeah.
that's that's kind of like how people would say, uh, well, it's kind of like you're saying like stereotyping and racist. I mean, you're stereotyping is a good way of saying something is almost racist, but it's getting to that point where stereotyping. Oh, you know what I mean? Like it's staying there getting to racism, but they call it stereotyping. So I feel like inspired and totally ripped off is pretty much the same thing. So,
So you basically it's stealing. The same thing as inspired. Okay. Well, that's
oh,
true,
that's what Devious Dave
I guess.
Rose says. That's a fancy way of stealing.
Oh, so got it. So you're so it is. So it's stealing. So you need to look into that then. He might be stealing or infringing on your likeness, I guess. Is that right? Yeah.
See, even Dave said it's an open and shut case. Like, well, I mean, hold on. We don't need a cease and desist. Either I get his donations from now on, or his ad revenues. I mean, he can keep doing it. I just want money from Drew. So, I mean, that's all I really want is that his money. But
It's money.
I've been honestly, we're not answering that question from Tex. We're not answering that one right there.
Oh
Because
shit.
no,
Yeah.
I,
It's
I'm
an
not answering
undisclosed
that.
amount of money or undisclosed amount of money never pay or never paid or debt. I don't know.
But I'm telling you, I've been watching Drew's GTA gaming streams lately, that role playing thing, that's actually kind of funny. Even the one that is not inspired by of me, but like
Inspired.
I like I guess one of his character runs a fast food joint, and I the thing is, I guess it can't be too controversial. You have to play within the rules,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
kick you out. So you had
Right.
to be role playing. So I'm
Right.
like I gave him an idea where, like, because it was a fast food restaurant, and I don't know if you know about the whole thing with McDonald's, the whole thing with the broken ice cream machine thing.
So what happened?
I guess you never heard there's a big thing about the broken ice cream machines. Like a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah, it
these.
happens everywhere. Well, that's not just.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
No, it's
There's actually Casey. There's an actually. I remember in the U.S. Um, there's a website that somebody built that
oh yeah.
tracks which ice cream machine at which McDonald's is up and
Yeah.
running and which is broken. So just in case you need to know before you go to McDonald's, you can avoid them from telling you, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir, our machine is broken or it's being serviced or some bullshit." So you can avoid that. That's how big of a thing that shit is.
Well, honestly, McDonald got screwed out of that deal because the people who makes that ice cream machine, they make it where the air codes are very like very hard to understand, and even if you go through the book, it's like damn near impossible to figure out. So you had to hire their machinists or their, I guess, tech to come out and work on them. And a lot of times they'll put software in there to figure out, and then bam, and the easy fix. And it's like that's how that company makes so much money. So McDonald got screwed out of that. So
Uh,
I'm sure there's some type of contract that wouldn't let them, you know, leave, get a different brand.
what's funny about it is McDonald's, the damn the original McDonald's, before it was sold to Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc was a guy who sold ice cream machines or
Oh, that's
sold
right.
fucking. He sold mixers or something, and that's where he found out about McDonald's before he, took it over and made it what it is, right? And
Yeah.
yet they still have issues with their fucking ice cream. And it's just like,
Good.
holy shit.
Did you? I assume you watched that movie Founders or Founder
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great
because
movie.
oh
Good
yeah,
movie.
very good movie. I believe it's free on YouTube right now. No,
It's free on YouTube.
no, that like they have movies on YouTube that are free.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, like they have a huge selection, and sometimes they'll have quality good movies that are actually good, and it's free. But it wouldn't be like any new movies, obviously. But it'd be like, you know, older movies or like at least 10 years old or later.
Right.
But uh but
The
going back to the
founder.
whole ice cream machine, so I remembered about that whole thing, and I suggested to do something about the broken. I mean, I asked him if his fast food joint had a broken ice cream machine, or is that a McDonald's problem? It was like that's just a McDonald's problem. And then he started doing this whole thing where he's saying he was sending out a tweet saying this fast food restaurant chain, the home of never broken down ice cream machine, and the whole thing is trying to get someone to come in to ask for ice cream and then tell them their ice cream machine is broken.
Yes, yes. That would have been great. That would have been great. It's like, yeah,
So,
our machine's never broken. Sorry, sir, our machine is not working. It's being serviced right now. Yeah,
I
that's
I
great.
think that's hilarious. He's been doing a great bits lately on that. I've been enjoying watching that.
Yeah, and
But
I saw it and I was like, man, I had no idea about that, and it would be fun. I could see where that would be fun, even within the rules,
yeah,
um, to go around and just like fuck with some of those people on there and play around, play character or whatever, and see what kind of trouble you can get into. He had a car. I was watching there day. His car was stolen, and the name of the game is GTA.
yeah,
Grand Theft Auto. He got out of his car because it wasn't working or something, and he's trying to see how it was working. And someone pulled up right behind him with the lights off, and I
yeah,
was like, "Oh, this guy looks bad. This guy is not going to go well." And he's like, "Hey, can you help me get my lights working?" He goes, "Let me see it." He gets in the car,
yeah.
and he goes, "It looks like it's working for me." And Drew's like, "Oh, well, well, that's interesting because I tried it and I don't know what to do, but thanks for your help." He goes, "Yeah." And
Hey,
the guy is sitting in the car, and he's like, "Well, yeah, it's pretty nice." And Drew's like, "Well, yeah, I don't know. I was trying to get my emergency lights on," and he goes, "Well, you're about to have an emergency right now." And he goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, I kind of like this car. Bye." And he takes off with the car, leaves them there alongside the road. I was like, wow, wow. And I was like, but anyway,
well,
I gotta get going here.
yeah, I was about to wrap
Um,
it up. Uh,
but
but so I appreciate you coming by and filling in for AJ. I mean, I wasn't sure if
oh
AJ
yeah,
was showing up or not. But I'm gonna wrap up as well. So I appreciate you coming by. So,
hey,
um,
no worries, man, no worries. Casey is raw, CIR for life.
and
So yeah, anytime you need somebody to help out or chip in, I'm here. I'm willing to do so,
all right.
um, without any type of chirping. There's no chirping in here, so
Oh, I mean, Kratos is. I mean, I didn't notice if everyone's gonna notice that, but me and the Rose been noticing that for a while. So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Um, you know what? Because we're wrapping up and they still hadn't started up. So if those guys do, go watch Mikkel talk tonight. So if he decides to fucking start his show, he's
Yep.
he's about to be no, he's 2 hours past his time frame now. So but I appreciate you coming by, and I'm gonna shout out other people's channels, and then I'm gonna wrap up. So,
All right,
thanks for coming by.
all right. Take it easy, guys.
See ya, Brad. So, guys, so I'm gonna shout out the other people's channels before we take off. We got Frank from the Harsh Truth. He's getting close to 500. We like I like I say before. Uh, the number count on their subs is not up to date because these are old pictures. I need to get new pictures, but Frank is getting close. I think he's like 17-ish subs to 500, so let's get him to that. We got the Rose Gaming. Uh we're probably going to have less than serious this weekend. I'm pretty sure I hadn't got word, but it's only Saturday morning now. We got Charles from Video Game XD. He's a good guy. He does video games, in wrestling and does all types of stuff. Fuck Mikhail. We got Derail Gaming. You gotta pay homage to the person pretty much gave me my start, so you gotta give that guy some love. And screw it. Go check out Mikhail. There's channel. As for me, I released this game called Final Bubble from the Sega Mark III gameplay today. So go check that out. It's kind of, I showed off the cartridge and artwork on it. It's kind of interesting. And I had another one I thought I'd put up because, oh, here's the artwork to it. But I thought I put something else up because I know, oh, you know what? I can upload the picture now, so it'll take a second. But this is what a Mark III cartridge box looks like. And this game I'm working on right now for the Sega Game Gear is Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble for the Game Gear. So, for Brad and MK3 Kratos, I am Casey Israel, and I appreciate everyone coming by. And you know what? Fuck Mikhail, we're gonna do this one. And go, guys, check him out. But here, let's take one more shot at him. Oh, before we do that, I gotta remove that damn picture. What a fucking hack I am. But here we go. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.
The following announcement has been paid for by Casey Israel.